In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Well, hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
Ugh.
Hey!
Back in the room.
Back in the room.
So, gentlemen, when last we met, it was September 2020, a different time.
It was 1943.
We were coming out of lockdown and everything looked fine.
It looks so hopeful. What a time to be alive, we said.
We should probably start with a very quick apology. We missed an episode.
We did miss
yes.
an episode.
Sorry about that. Your 86th free podcast wasn't on time. Sorry about
that. We don't necessarily have to go into specifics, but I think each of us, for very different reasons, have just had a hell of a month.
Yes, that is true.
It's not really...
kind of been some stuff.
Yeah, it's not really been fun. And
no, but a big part of it was a complete lack of internet on your...
On my part,
yeah,
that wasn't great, yeah.
It was a perfect storm, some would say.
Yeah.
Indeed. They did ship me... Well, you two know this, but I'm saying this for the benefit of listeners.
I see.
I ship you.
You do ship me, thank you. Yeah, no. There's been a lot of building work going on in our neighbourhood.
Yeah.
We all live in like a kind of Bermuda Triangle.
Yes. It turns out internet works.
It turns out internet works. So the irony being is a company has been coming in to install super fast broadband.
Yes.
Correct.
Like incredible.
It's going to revolutionise your experience.
Pipes so fat you can smell the pictures.
Yeah.
And ironically, they cut through our internet cable.
Your current internet.
While they were doing that.
It's much slower.
It's arguably infinitely slower.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
it just wasn't happening. Yeah. So of course, being a caring company, I reached out to them and got no reply.
Sure.
So I contacted BT, which is the company
British Telecom.
British Telecom.
Which they're not called anymore.
No, well,
Because apparently they changed their... This is a slight sidebar.
go on, yeah,
but they changed their branding to BT, and then they officially announced that BT does not stand for British Telecom anymore.
What does it stand for?
Doesn't stand for anything.
Oh,
it just stands for BT.
The company is called BT.
but that's like BP, the petrol company as well. Does not stand for British Petroleum.
Everyone's doing it.
The British name is garbage.
Well, I mean, there's partly that.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know how you can sleep at night with an acronym as your company's name that stands apparently for nothing.
Imagine the amount of people who are just awake now who never knew it as British Telecom, just thinking, I just don't know what it stands for. I must know. And they're just lying there all night thinking, I've got to know what BT stands for.
That is really weird, though, isn't it? Because, like, British Telecom, BT, as far as I'm aware, only provides internet services within the confines of Britain.
I would assume.
Certainly since the wall went up. And so, like, why not call it British Telecom?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think there's two reasons. One, as Chris rightly pointed out, British is garbage.
Garbage.
And two, telecom I think is a very old-fashioned word. It doesn't fill you with faith that they're not going to cut your service off.
British daguerreotype.
Yes.
I loaded up my wax cylinder and I started listening to the latest episode.
Hello, BT. I would like to order a new wax cylinder, please.
I mean, how much have they diversified over the years? I suppose internet, since were established in
Internet,
1953 or whatever it was. I suppose they have diversified to an extent, but still.
I guess we do still live in a fairy tale country because we have Royal Mail.
We do.
RM?
Although
RM.
It's going to be RM soon.
Yeah.
Is it actually royal in any way? Like,
Well, it's got the crown on it.
what does that mean?
It means they paid for some clip art
Okay,
of the crown.
cool.
Well, does it? Because obviously the Queen's face is on a stamp.
That's true.
Yeah.
I believe it's the Queen. It might be someone else. It could be
kind
another
of-
young lady.
Currency, isn't it? It's meant to be like somewhat tender.
Yeah, but then obviously the Queen obviously has something to do with the Royal Mail.
She personally approves every letter.
Yeah, I thought it might be something like that.
Down in the
She does
base-
seem like she has a lot of time.
She
on her
licks
hands.
every stamp.
Yeah.
Every morning she gets on, pulls her wellies on, throws like an overcoat on over a nightie and goes down to the basement, and she just stamps, surrounded by corgis.
The funny thing is, the Queen's actually about 35. They're just licking every stamp. Has just aged her
It's just
terribly.
aged her up so bad.
Drawing so much moisture out of her body.
Yeah.
She's desiccated like a mummy.
True story, and I think this would be interesting from two branding people.
Sure.
On the podcast.
It might not work.
Are you a branding person, John?
I was referring to you.
Chris.
Chris Ray.
So that's a good joke.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Then I said it and I thought, no, it wasn't that good.
But apparently, at some point, I think in the 90s, Royal Mail rebranded.
Oh, I did hear about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they wanted to change their name completely.
Yeah, and they got like a really trendy
Mailcom. No.
But they got like a really trendy like design company and like probably paid them like millions to think we need to rework our brand. What can it be? And when they announced it, it was something like Paglu.
Yeah, like a made-up internet
Oh,
word.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Paglu, or
We're Paglu. We'll deliver your package on time.
or like Gornji or something like that. Yeah.
Jiggy.
I mean, Royal Mail is very clear.
I mean,
What
at
it
least-
is to me.
Yeah, we're getting our mail, and there'll be a queen on it.
You could argue that the Royal Mail has several of the most easily identifiable sort of little notes of a brand anywhere in the world.
That's true.
So red mailboxes, Queen's face on a stamp,
Postman Pat Van.
Postman Pat Van, Jess the cat.
Yeah, it's
What
a
was
big
I
part
talking
of the brand.
But
It was a great show.
Oh yeah, Postman Pat. So to summarise, Postman Pat was a fantastic show, and they never should have done away with the stop motion.
No, going CG was a bad move.
Yeah.
But apparently, Royal Mail and the Post Office are two completely separate companies.
But the post office
right?
is American, no?
What?
Have they been bought
We don't
by
have a
America?
post. We have buildings called post offices.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
But there's
a
they're
company.
Royal Mail sorting offices.
No, because sorting office is different to
God.
a post office.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, you can't post something at a sorting office. I tried.
But are they called post offices?
Yes.
Okay.
I tried to post something at a sorting office once.
Well, if
and
you
they
could-
turned
Is it not
me
called a
away.
Royal Mail delivery?
No, they're very
something?
particular about this
Okay.
because
All right.
because we would often post stuff in large quantities.
Don't we all? Oh, okay.
when,
Nobody asked for it, but
when we were doing like a big punchy kind of thing, got quite friendly with the people who ran this one particular post office because they'd help
where
us
do you
out.
go?
I don't want to.
Don't they can triangulate opposition?
I don't want to name them.
Is it the one on the main road?
It's Coolville Post Office.
Oh, Coolville. Oh, I know.
Cool
it.
Town.
Yeah, that's
Whatever we're called.
next
Yeah,
door.
I'm trying to
do a
That's next
callback.
door. That's next door to my house. Awesome.
It was
Awesome.
in a more suburban, quiet street.
Okay.
So that you could pull up in the car, you could get all these crates out. They were really helpful. And I tweeted, I said, so impressed with the Royal Mail staff here, incredible, the nicest people in the world. Sure. And the Twitter account got back and they were very particular. Said, well, actually, John, I think you'll find they're post office staff, not Royal Mail.
What a
What
goofball.
We're
a
complete-
dickhead response to a really nice tweet.
Yeah. Just take the compliment, Royal
Yeah.
Mail.
But they did send me. They said we want to thank you for your kind comment.
All right.
And
A free stamp.
no, they sent me something. I can't remember what it was. Like a little gift box. There was something in
Yeah.
it.
One of the Queen's corgis' paws.
When you say something nice about a brand on Twitter, they're often quite nice, surprisingly.
It's because they never get it, so they're keen to try and like promote more of that.
I once slagged off one Italian restaurant whilst promoting another.
Ooh.
Because we had a bad experience at one, and then we walked into another one, and they couldn't have been more accommodating. And I can't remember which one was which now, so I don't want to say.
That's amazing. You can't.
But I did tweet it out, and the one I complimented was so pleased that I'd slagged off their rivals publicly that they gave me a £20 voucher. So that was good.
Wow.
But yeah,
So-
I don't want to misrepresent either
No,
brand.
and let's not name any brands. But are you referring to say local restaurants
Or
or,
like big chains?
national brand?
National brands.
Oh,
yeah, but
right.
with premises.
So
in-
you're saying
in
you
this
walked
area.
out of one national
Yeah,
chain?
we booked a table at one.
Or were they facing each other?
No, it was actually they're actually
cannon
different
pointed
different
at each
areas of town. We booked one. We went there. They kept us waiting for half an hour. We sat on the table. They hadn't even cleared the table. We waited another half an hour.
Were
Still
there
hadn't
any
come
scraps
over.
to eat?
I wish,
Ugh.
because I would. Boy, would I have eaten them. And then we went to another one. So we walked out of there.
Lick the underside of his Parmesan shaker. There's a lot of flavour.
Yeah,
on that.
gathers.
It's literally weeks old. And went to another one, and the bloke in there said, "We haven't got anything right now, but give me 10 minutes. Why don't you go over the road and have a nice drink and come over and we'll sort you out?" And he did, and it was great.
Well, there you go.
But I can't remember the name of either.
It's a great story as a result.
So
of that.
apart from that, though, it's a
Yeah.
really good story, I thought.
So the Diggerman, they dug through
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
our
back to this.
internet, And so we've been without internet for 2 weeks.
Diggerman.
And the Diggerman.
Right, sorry.
That's their proper name, like the post office. That's their proper name.
The Diggerman.
And they posted us an emergency hub, which is a tiny little box. Got up on first name terms with a guy from BT. He was a bit of a legend, to be honest.
Well, that's something.
He was very helpful. Although he had.
You should ask him about the British Telecom thing. Actually.
Well, next time I speak to him, I will.
Yeah.
Because he had Friday off because it was his birthday.
Oh, did he have a good birthday?
I didn't get to see
What did you get
him.
Did you get him a portable router?
He loves them.
How do you order this, John? You've got no internet. I should know.
I've given it away.
He was a bit of a hero, and so he posted us this magic little box that would get internet from the airwaves. How does it do that?
That's not possible.
Yeah, I was going to say, how is that happening?
I very much doubt that's a real thing.
And it got hotter than the sun. Like, it was just blazing. And the moment you try to go on a video call of any type, it just killed it.
Sure.
It just died.
Sure.
So we've been coping. And
By
then
sending letters.
Yes, indeed. And semaphore.
Semaphore helps.
But you, Chris Ray, you can relate to this because your rogue's been being dug up.
Yeah,
and
it's an absolute shit show. Isn't it though?
Oh, it is, yeah. I didn't want to be that guy. I was like,
Thing
okay,
is,
yeah.
Here we go. Right.
Okay, let's get it out there.
Settle in, lads.
So beyond the disruption to your internet, the traffic around here at the moment is horrendous.
It's an outrage.
horrendous.
Because of all the road digging.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because of all the
Diggerman.
road digging up, because of all this internet improvement that I'm yet to see.
Indeed.
I'm
Well,
sure
we
the
won't.
internet will be faster. I was happy with it before.
I don't think we'll see the results of this.
I was able to stream movies in HD, and that's all I will ever want to do.
Indeed.
Unless movies are going to get better.
I doubt it.
I very much
I think
doubt it.
we've reached the peak of movie quality.
But it takes me double the time to take any trip, anywhere.
Yeah.
Getting out of the road is the most difficult thing at the moment. But the thing is, they keep moving the works, because obviously they're laying the wires and the whatever.
They're laying some pipe supreme. Yeah.
Exactly. As they go along. So
Squatting down.
now you can get out the street okay, but you go to the next street and that's gridlock. So it's a nightmare.
No, and I think last Friday I was trapped because I live in a cul-de-sac.
You
It's like a little loop.
a donut, if you will.
Yeah, and genuinely trapped. I was trying to pick up our cat from the vet, and I was like, I cannot leave.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 trucks doing a ballet at the end
Just
of
as well you haven't got any anxiety around that, John.
I know it's really good that like this year has been very good for my anxiety. Like
Yeah.
I started out in a good place, and it's only gone better.
I like how they dug up outside, like right outside your your drive, because
Yeah.
obviously they were working on the
Oh,
wire that
you
they
got it.
cut.
Yeah, yeah.
And they put those sort of temporary fences around it, don't
yeah.
they? And some of those were on your lawn
It was
to
very,
protect you from your own garden.
Well, indeed,
Yeah,
because of course,
you
they
need
dug a
that.
trench on maybe 3 p.m. on a Friday.
Sure.
And they're like, well,
and that was just for fun.
Well, off home.
yeah, well, yeah.
Off we go.
Oh, someone pulled on the tail.
That's a good
Yeah, on a dinosaur.
That's a good trench, Steve. Why don't you knock off for the weekend?
Actually, Steve, take another day.
Yeah.
Because that's a fucking good
That's
trench.
a great trench.
Jeff, down sticks. Look at this trench.
I've given Steve till Tuesday, Jeff. So.
Jeff, you're new here. Jeff, come and look at what Steve's done, because this is prime work.
Yeah.
Jeff, if you can do half a good trench like this,
These people in here are not going to know what's hit them when they come out of their house.
that's what we do here. This is what we at British No,
Not British Telecom.
BT. That's what we do.
No, so they dug this massive trench.
Sure.
And then instantly clocked off and went home for a weekend.
Yeah.
Now, I get it. You're like, if we dig a hole, we've got to put a barrier around it.
For sure.
You don't want pedestrians falling onto
Tumbling
it.
in.
Because the
Definitely
pavement, that belongs to the public.
Yeah.
But the garden, that belongs to us.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then they're like, well, these homeowners...
Did they tell you they were going to dig a
No.
trench?
But we were like, okay, we're being chill, we're being cool, we're being like the cool uncle about this.
I wouldn't be. I'd be like, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
doing?
You'd be on Twitter.
But again,
I'd be
but again-
passive aggressive about it.
but I'm trying not to be that guy. I'm like, I don't own the pavement. Let's go
Sure.
business. Okay.
That's
so
fine.
they dig this trench.
No,
so then
you'd be beyond your remit if you got angry about the pavement.
but they put a barrier, as Nick rightly said, in our garden
Yeah.
to stop us, the homeowners, walking into the pit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I'm capable of not. I will take that risk. I think you can trust me not to walk into
I
the hole.
mean, I don't
Yeah.
know, to be honest.
I'd be very upset if someone dug a hole in my front garden without telling me.
But then that hole was
got a
there.
front
The
garden,
hole was there for like a week. Then
Yeah.
they filled it in. Didn't do an amazing job. I've got to say, it was pretty sloppy.
Sure.
Steve wasn't there that day.
No, Steve wasn't there. He
Even
was
given
tired.
a holiday.
He got a whole week off.
Yeah.
And then they filled it in, and we were like, okay, it's not beautiful, it's not pretty, but the nightmare's over. The next day,
Oh god.
kid you not, a completely different team of diggers turned up
Diggerman.
and dug up the same hole.
Brilliant.
What is going on?
Yeah, I have no idea. No
Someone
idea.
screwed up there. I
think so.
So either the first people or the second lot.
Well, that's the thing. And then, of course, we're like, well, we've not had internet for 2 weeks. And then, like, a couple of days ago, we find a BT guy at the other end of the loop, and he's digging. He's in a hole.
Yeah.
And then our internet magically comes back on. And I'm like, this is marvellous. It's wonderful. And then our internet goes off again. I'm like, no, what's happened? Look out the window. There's a BT van outside our house.
Yeah.
I run downstairs, and there's a guy, a BT man, in our garden, just like fiddling with a wire on the side of our house. I'm like, hello? He's like, and he's like, hi, I'm checking I'm here to see that you've got internet. I'm like,
we haven't.
I said, I did about like 5 seconds ago. He's like, yeah, that's because I'm checking it. You'll have it back in about 30 seconds. I'm like, oh, okay.
So they turn it off to check if it's working.
Yes.
Great.
And in the last few days, the only times it's died is when BT have been here to check that it's working.
Has it been when you looked them in the eye?
Well, it is
Don't look directly at anyone from BT.
Yeah.
Well, I do know now that if the internet goes down, which it did earlier, I know that they're near.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were scanning the windows trying to find them.
You'll be on a Zoom call, it'll shut off suddenly. You look out the window, there they are. There's three of them stood in the road, all in fluorescent jackets, just staring up at your upstairs window.
But this dude, who was clearly in a hurry, confirmed, because he said he put a thumb over his shoulder dismissively, gesturing towards, the diggerman. And he was like, this lot, he cut through a cable, we had to replace 16 metres of it.
Bloody hell.
That's not great.
That
doesn't instill confidence for the rest of the works. Considering it's going to be going on for a long time.
Considering their job is to install new cable.
You've got, digging holes, putting cables in.
It is funny to think that what they're doing a lot of is severing and removing the very service they're there to enhance. That is, I think, something of an irony.
I just love it. It's like a bureaucratic nightmare where, like, they dig a hole and their responsibility is to dig holes and put cable in. The cable that's already there.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck
not their
about
problem.
That. No.
Okay, so they cut through a
burn
cable.
a lot of it.
And they're like, what have you done? Well, cut through a cable, haven't I? It's like,
care.
well, what are you going to do about it? I don't know. It's not my cable. Yeah. It's not my pavement. It's not your
British
pavement.
Telecom's cable.
Nobody's pavement. Deal with it.
The problem is that we live off road at our house, and we've got a little.
That makes it sound like you live in a farm down a track.
No, I mean it's literally a metre off the road.
Yeah, just
pretty much
a bit off the road.
It's slightly off the road, and we got a little bit that we drive into, and they put all the plastic fencing around that. So I just had to go out. I was trying to leave the house, and they blocked my driveway. I just went, I'm moving this. I just looked down the road, so I just went, I'm moving this. Because I was trying to get out.
What did they do? Were they just like, yeah, all right? Yeah.
I didn't really say anything.
No.
What could they say? I needed to leave. No.
Yeah.
I just went, I'm moving this. So, you can't really do much about that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I just drove off and left. I don't know what happened to them.
Well, we had like I said, our secondary hole has been there for a week or so.
I'd be kicking off by now.
But then, yesterday, the rain's chucking it down, massive downpour, and then a great big truck full of steaming hot tarmac turns up. You can tell because steam's coming out of it.
And literally steaming hot.
And another team of diggermen, and they both drive up from opposite directions and park opposite the hole, and they just kind of stare at it for like half an hour while the rain's coming down, and then they go, and then they just left.
What a...
I feel like the ultimate prank that I should have done, and I'm only thinking of it now, and I'm kicking myself for this, is that I should have placed a single gold doubloon into that hole outside your house, and it would have meant you'd had that hole for weeks. They'd have been doing an archaeological survey. They'd have thought there's some sort of conquistador gold there.
A cracking prank.
That I would have been chuckling to myself. For
and if you'd have revealed it like right now, if this was you revealing,
I'd be like, that's why all those conquistador cosplayers are outside your house.
That's why there's someone in this kitchen right now having a cup of tea.
Yeah, that's what. It was me.
There's some Tony Robinsons here and the entire bloody Time Team.
Yeah,
Tony, I thought they took Time Team off the air. What?
There's like they did, but they called me back for this. It's the biggest job we've ever had.
Just what's Time Team?
He's never known.
Yeah,
he's never known he was on a show. He's just been in pits digging shit up. He's never even known there were cameras.
He was on my stag. So
Tony Robinson?
Tony Robinson?
No. Sorry.
Jeez, I was there. I don't remember that.
I know.
I feel like I would have remembered that.
I was moving the sentence surrounding weird ways for dramatic effect.
Oh, that's exciting.
Go on.
Owen,
who
was on my stag.
I remember. Owen.
Was an archaeologist.
Indeed.
Oh.
And
he loved it.
And it's wonderful hearing him talking about archaeology because I said, so Owen, what are your thoughts on Tony Robinson and Time Team? He's like, fucking Tony Robinson.
It's like the only archaeologist that anyone knows.
Hated by archaeologists.
Yeah.
He's like, he talks about the time team effect. He's like, we're in the middle of the field doing a dig, and just members of the public just come up and stand by the hole and stare at them and go, "You're digging for Romans." No, Deborah, we're not.
I bet Tony Robinson's a fucking amateur as well. I bet he's broken so many things filming Time Team.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd have to. Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. Because they're like the celebrity, they're like the Hollywood archaeologists.
Yeah.
You know they're storming
I think
in.
I'm with Owen on this. I would be annoyed if just random, like, Baldrick turned up.
Yeah.
I just started going, oh, what's that?
I'm trying to do my
I'm trying
fucking job.
I'm trying to do really delicate work here. What's that?
What's that? He just pokes his finger into a skull and just shatters it.
Yeah.
What's that?
Just gives it
a power cable.
Yeah.
He did. Although I hope you won't mind me sharing like the inside knowledge. Okay. But he said whenever
Tony or Owen?
Oh, I blocked.
Tony hasn't got any inside knowledge.
You fuck Tony.
He said whenever archaeologists find a thing that they don't know what it is, they just say for ceremonial purposes. So whenever there's like, we dug up this ancient building, and here you can clearly see the entranceway, and this was a sleeping area, and we believe that this room was for ceremonial purposes.
Oh my god! That's
any room that's not got a toilet or like somewhere to sit in it.
some obvious function. Yeah.
But it's the thing, like humans have always been humans.
Yeah,
like,
I've got like in my room, I've just got a pile of shit in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
Like in the future, in like centuries, when they're digging up my room, it'll be like, and this corner of strange, like decomposing matter was probably for ceremonial purposes.
I love the idea of having a ceremonial room that I never use except for ceremonies.
Well, yeah, like when they're unearthing all our buried, blasted houses from the future, it'll be like the box room.
Yeah, when everyone stared at the black rectangle. What was that? Was for ceremonial purposes.
The romper room.
Yeah,
you know.
I guess they didn't have tellies and shit back in those times.
Probably
so maybe
not.
they did just have like a pentagram room where they just like, oh no, let's summon something tonight.
Yeah.
I think you would be like so bored. In the old days.
What did they do?
Yeah, I was bored in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, and God
But
knows.
at least had a Game Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what did they do? They drank mead, and then they probably just passed out. didn't
Yeah.
they? That was probably
Sounds
it.
like a good night to me.
After they'd done the harvest.
Well, it got dark at like 5 p.m.
So that was probably it.
So then you're just like, well, I guess I don't have electricity.
Sit around a fire. Granddad will tell the same story again.
Fire makes me want to, I don't know, worship or kill something.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
guess
so
we're
I
just
probably should wind it in.
going to sit in the darkness and think about cholera or something. I don't know.
How did people used to entertain themselves? There was none of this, was there?
You had like a
No podcast.
No podcasts.
No.
you
Not
had,
at all.
You had like a good tapestry
Yeah,
to
you
look
might.
at.
Jesus.
You
Relive.
could cover up parts of the tapestry. And then
It's like living at the fucking museum, isn't it?
it's exactly
That's
like
what
that.
it's like.
Relive your greatest moments. Oh, King Harold there.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh,
Play that again. I think.
I'm glad we're timing this.
Yeah. No.
oh yeah.
By the way, everyone, we
By the way.
decided by way of retribution for missing an episode, we're going to do 2 of each today.
2 hates, 2 loves each.
And John said before we started recording 25 minutes ago that we'd keep this one relatively tight.
Hey, dickhead. 23.
23. Yeah,
Right.
okay. My apologies. That we'd keep this one pretty tight and he'd give us a timer so we didn't waffle on about shit.
Well, I feel we're in that. This is free. This is a playground.
This is
This
no
guy.
man's land.
This
Once
is our
we
sandbox.
Once we get into the hates, we got to.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, I feel. God, how long has it been now? What month is it? What year is it?
don't
Since we were in this room recording.
Well, it's May
It's May.
2021.
Yes.
We
You
went.
you look like you're unsure.
No, I am. It began in the bad times. Began in March 2020.
Yeah.
We all last.
The original Bad Times.
We all
yes.
last gathered in this room in September 2020.
For one episode or a couple?
Two?
Yeah.
We
Okay.
maybe did 2. It's one of them was when we did the bit that was subsequently been animated about the ghoul
Oh yes, that's true.
yes, indeed,
Gabe.
yeah.
through our friend Deep Blue Ink.
Indeed.
So that was one of the 2 times in the last year we've actually recorded in person.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it's weird, isn't it? Because I think I've said before, but like I've coped. I feel relatively well with the extremes of lockdown.
Sure.
I've realised in the last week or 2, I'm past my coping point now. Like I've come out the other side. I'm broken.
Yeah.
I'm a wreck.
Yeah,
I need something.
Well, we're near the end, he said.
he said.
See you in a year.
This is nice, though.
This is lovely.
This is
yeah,
isn't
this
it?
is
Isn't
nice.
it
Yeah.
nice? This is
We're
nice.
hiding it behind an air
I mean,
of like...
us three definitely haven't seen each other at all for the last few months.
Definitely not.
We definitely didn't go to the pub 2 weeks ago.
There wasn't a pub trip.
No.
It was a legal pub.
Technically, yes, it was oh, very much so.
No, you
yeah.
got to really enunciate that it was a legal.
It was legal.
Because if you
It was
slur
so-
your
it was
words,
so
it
legal.
sounds like you're saying it was,
It was an illegal pub trip.
I'm saying it was totally illegal. No, legal.
it was totally illegal.
Legal, yeah.
It was so legal that I nearly froze my fucking nipples off.
That's
It
true.
was very cold by the time we left.
It was.
We were sitting outside at a local
We
pub.
had to sit outside because it was legal.
Because
That
it
was
was
what
legal,
was
yeah.
legal at the time.
Well, no, indeed, and that was quite magical in a
We had a
weird
good
way.
time. All on the
Needed that.
studio, wasn't it? Now that was a good night.
Yeah.
I didn't pay a penny.
No.
It was good.
It's about time you got something back.
It
from
is.
the show.
I didn't want to say it, but you know.
I love how it's made it onto the show, though.
Well, should we roll into the hates?
I think we should roll
Hit
into the
me.
hates.
Everyone okay for beer?
Well, if there is beer going, I'll get up. You go.
Okay, we'll tell you what. We'll tell you what.
I'll get up.
I'm
Okay.
actually all right.
You carry on.
I'll have one, please.
Although I'll also have one if you're getting one.
I'll get up.
Please touch it with your human hands,
Yeah.
because.
Well,
Wait, have you had your first jab yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had his first jab. Everybody,
I've
bravo.
had two, so
Well, Nick, well,
I
yeah,
don't know why
but-
you're congratulating this guy.
Yeah, but Nick, you're
special.
you know you're special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
I
Nick,
had mine on Monday, and it's now Thursday.
Did you get sick?
ooh.
No, my arm hurt a bit.
Which one did you
Yeah.
get?
Pfizer.
Boo.
I've got to say, like,
blood clots for me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's the good one. I forgot that.
I've got to say, it's like most of the people I know now, most of the people I care about, have had one or two
Except for
jabs.
you.
I'm just gonna say I'm here with two
'cause you're so
virgin arms ready.
That's because you're so healthy, John.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, they look at your file and they go, "Holy crap! He drinks that much water every day. He doesn't need the vaccine.
It wouldn't take. It would
Yeah.
just.
He'd wash it straight out."
It would literally dilute immediately.
The thing is, when you, Chris Ray, announced that you were getting your first jab,
Yeah, I didn't really announce it. I just told you.
no, you told me, but I know you were trying to insult me, but I was like, okay, it's fine. Chris Ray,
Yeah.
he needs all the help he can get.
I do.
And then I found out that Lucy's sister, who is younger than me, is
Yeah,
getting it, and
absolutely.
that was the turning point.
Ooh.
Then I was like, fuck it, no, I pay my taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my jab?
I mean, it's a very efficient service when it does happen. I literally sat down it must have been a maximum of 8 seconds. Right, you're done. Up you go.
Well, I'm kind of at the point where, because Lucy went for her second the other day, and I was there to accompany her. And while I was waiting,
And try and get the dregs.
while I was waiting, I was kind of thinking, like, do I just ask, saying, like, you got any?
Can I lick the bottom of a vine?
I know
Spare.
that some people have done that and been successful.
Well,
Really?
While I was waiting, a guy about my age turned up, and he asked him, and the guy basically said, "No, we don't do it like that. This is
Someone I know who lives in London.
Oh, no.
London. Yeah, that he did get it. It was quite early days because his fiance got the jab, and he asked, and they just went, "Yeah, no problem."
Yeah, what the hell? We got some bin vaccines. You
Yeah,
can have that.
and he did get quite ill actually.
Oh, I see.
He probably had one. It's like when you get food off the reduced to clear shelf in Tesco.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought prawns.
It was kind of the jab looked kind of grey and a bit a bit.
I had some
off,
stuff floating in it, but they were like, "No, it's good. It's fine. It's good. It's good. It's fine. It's good."
It's still good.
Yeah, and then they jabbed it straight in there, and he was sick for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Constantly.
And
and that was only 2 weeks ago. So.
Gentlemen, who has a hate? And should we say 8 minutes?
okay,
I think it's probably
we've
best.
got to wind it in.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll start, shall I?
us off.
Hate number one. Wait
Right.
for it.
Ready?
Start talking.
Go. Right. My first hate is that the word franchise is generally considered positive.
You hate that it is
I
considered
hate that it's
positive.
considered positive. You go to say, you look at Marvel, let's say,
Okay.
or Star Wars, or something like that.
Yeah.
You say, oh, this new movie really adds something to the franchise.
To the franchise.
Like franchise is a good thing. Whereas in this country, or certainly within football circles in this country, franchise is considered like the start of all evil.
Because it's like big corporations.
It's big corporations taking over what is a very traditional thing. And maybe it's my football liking that means I consider franchise to be a very negative word.
What?
But every time I read it outside of football,
Yeah.
everyone goes, "Oh wow, I like." For example, you watch Undercover Boss as well, and they're like, "I really want to get a Dunkin' Donuts franchise. I really want to turn my donut shop into a franchised Dunkin' Donuts brand." And you think, why is that a good thing?
Why would you want to do that?
Surely you want to be an independent donut shop.
Making your own shit.
But in America or other countries or other industries, even in this country, everyone thinks franchise is a good thing.
So wait, you're angry that they think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You want them to be aware that it's a bad thing.
Yeah. So I'll give you a football related example.
Nice.
And I know that in sort of baseball and American football, this is frowned upon, this sort of thing. But there is a club called Wimbledon.
Oh, I know this story.
Who they basically were moved to Milton Keynes. So Wimbledon's in South London.
Sure.
And the new owners came in, bought the club, moved the club to Milton Keynes.
Right.
And then the old club effectively ceased to be. And now they reformed at the time, and now the original club, which had to reform many divisions down, is now above the club that they sort of bought the position.
MK
Dons, correct.
Are they the good? Wait, are they the good guys or the bad
They're
guys?
the bad guys.
They're the bad
Yeah,
guys.
the bad guys.
So they renamed the club.
They renamed the club MK Dons, which sounds shit as well.
What does that even mean?
It's Milton Keynes Dons, because Wimbledon were known as the Dons. So they're trying to hang on to that
Why
element of identity.
Why were they known as the? Because Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
Oh
yeah.
God.
That's poor.
Yeah.
That's
so
weak.
they bought the league position. There was a big outcry, and most people don't like. I call them Milton Keynes, MK Dons.
Yeah,
I refuse to call them that.
MK-Dons.
And that's why I see franchise generally as a very negative thing. Whereas, as I say, in most industries and most places in the world, everyone thinks the franchise is sort of the holy grail almost.
I think people get confused with the term because it's used in movies, like Star Wars franchise, for example. But what people are actually saying when people say the Star Wars franchise is all the stuff outside of the movies and the stories. It's, the stuff like Lucasfilm or whatever, Disney will sell the Star Wars franchise to, say, Lego.
Yeah.
And Lego will make Star Wars official merchandise. The franchise isn't the movies, really. It's all the stuff around the edge.
It's the merchandise.
It's the sellable side of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so, but it's become shorthand for the group of movies.
Yeah.
Which is wrong.
But yeah, I just find it galling whenever anyone says, "Oh, it's the latest Marvel movie is the greatest in all the franchise," and it's like, why is that a good thing?
So literally just for word franchise.
Yeah, it really sets me off that way.
But this is
I'm sorry, John. No,
but again, like American.
I'm not necessarily blaming America for this either. I'm talking.
It feels American.
It feels American. It feels like an American thing, but it isn't because it's sort of other industries.
But a lot of it, a lot of it is, because like your anger, a lot of it is about sport.
Yeah. And I know in like baseball, they obviously move teams in baseball and American football to different states as well. But I know that that's not particularly popular.
But that's the wild thing, because that's kind of where it came from. Because if I understand it correctly, the whole MK Dons nonsense
it's
very unusual for the UK.
Oh, it's never happened before or since.
Yeah, but in America, it could be like, and of course, like if you've got the team for your home city, you super care about it.
And then to move it like that.
But you care about these things because it's a local thing, because you live near to it.
It's an example of like corporatizing. There's a word there. But turning something that previously had some value. And it's like the Dunkin' Donuts thing as well. It's like you made homemade granddad's recipe donuts.
Yeah.
But I want to make Dunkin' Donuts. Why?
But you lose that individuality.
Yeah, that
I suppose
quality.
is what I'm getting to. You lose, say it's Grandpa's homemade donuts that are overtaken by Dunkin' Donuts. You lose.
Yeah.
You lose.
So I agree with you.
You're just making the same donuts as every other store.
The franchise thing, like, is a bad thing in my opinion. Like, it turns something of individual bespoke quality into something shit and corporate.
Yeah. I was listening to something the other day, and a couple of guys were talking about like, but we got to make money. We want to get a franchise. And they're trying to work out what's the cheapest franchise they could get into. But they started talking about how, if you ever see a McDonald's in town, some guy said he said he was on like a business course once, and the guy said, if you're setting up like a burger shop or whatever, or a donut shop, location is everything.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So he said, always look where the McDonald's is.
Build your thing there?
Because he said McDonald's pay millions.
Really? What, to just buy you out?
The good location.
To get the best location. So if you're a new business and you're like, I just want customers to find me easily, where's the best place to be? Follow the McDonald's.
Okay.
That's great.
What, for any business?
Well...
Or for a burger business?
No, probably not like an artisanal sofa company. Okay. But like if you're
that's
like...
a shame.
But if you want...
That's what you were planning to say.
Yeah, that's what I was planning. McDonald's artisanal sofas.
But if you want like that sweet meat...
Sure, and I do.
Which I do.
Because it is oddly sweet, isn't it, McDonald's meat?
Yeah. There's a lot of weird shit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a key location.
There you go.
But as
Follow
I say,
the golden arches.
if you get overtaken by the McDonald's, you lose that special quality that your original thing gave the world, which is sort of something that people can identify with locally. They grow up with it. They see it as part of them, And that's why it sort of relates to me in terms of sports teams, because Wimbledon have only just, after being bought out all those years ago, I think it was about 20 years ago, have only just this year moved back to Wimbledon.
That's amazing.
Playing all over London.
That's such a great underdog story.
So what happened to the stadium?
So the stadium was called Plough Lane, and Wimbledon moved to share with Crystal Palace as Nick's stomach goes off down there.
Mike probably didn't get that.
And then, it might have done. Just enhance that in the edit, John.
I'll fix it in
pipe
post.
up the levels.
They went to play at Crystal Palace for a few years, and then they got bought out by this company who moved them to Milton Keynes. The club effectively ceased to be because they became MK Dons.
Yeah.
And then Wimbledon restarted, but they've been playing all over London over the years, and they've only just got their own stadium, which is at that original Plough Lane site. So effectively, they've come home, if you like. That's cool.
That is
that sort of anti-franchise, and that sort of has stuck a middle finger up
Fuck
to
the
the franchise.
franchise.
And they are above the team that overtook them.
That's great.
I've kind of wondered about this though, because it must happen in America all the time. If you're just
I mean, I can't think of an example because I don't follow American sport, but a lot of teams get moved.
But if you're like just some dude, like some 21-year-old dude who's like, I really want to play baseball. I'm in this team. I love it. And then that team, the owner just goes, right, we're moving you from like Alaska to like, Georgia or something like that.
But that happens.
And then he has to he's owned by them.
He basically has to move his whole life.
Yeah.
But the player, even a fan though, say you've been supporting that baseball team your whole life, and suddenly the team's moving, it's gone.
It's not your local team.
That's like your passion in life.
Yeah.
As my passion, one of my main passions in life is Gillingham Football Club. That's like Gillingham Football Club, although it's not a very good example because they're on the other side of the country anyway. But it's, that's your whole life or a big part of your life, and suddenly it's just gone because some guy's just gone, it makes corporate sense for us to move the team here.
Yeah, it's like if you... time.
No more jokes.
Stop talking about it.
I felt like we talked really quickly then.
Yeah, we could afford to talk a little slower, perhaps.
People are going to be like, my God, this is just a high-octane episode.
It's great. It's a white-knuckle ride.
I mean, what do you reckon? Like 9 minutes? Or
eight and a half.
8.5?
Try 8.5.
Try 8.5. Okay.
Presumably the mic will pick up that alarm. The alarm's going off, listener, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
After
No, it's cool.
the time's up, the alarm is going
okay.
off.
No, this is cool. No, this is what the listeners want. We let them down, so we've got to give them twice as much content.
Yes.
Twice as loud. Twice as fast.
Very
Twice as loud. Cram it all in, and they'll come back for more.
As dense as a neutron star. That's what we've always said.
Well,
every shot is so dense. There's just so much going on.
I've got a hate.
Okay.
Oh.
I hate that. I feel the specialist website that I bought a large hat from is mocking me.
Now, you brought up the large hat before.
You're wearing a hat.
Yes,
it's
now,
worth pointing out.
Nick, you've known me for a few years now.
Indeed.
Chris Ray has known me pretty much my whole life.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since a fetus.
I have a large head. I've learned to live with that. I'm okay with that.
I haven't yet.
The horror of it.
Now,
I have trouble with hats.
Yes.
You've always said
That's very true.
And the other day, I was like, you know what? I want to update my wardrobe. I'd love to have a hat. I'd love to have a hat that actually fits me.
Sure.
I bet in this age of the internet that, I'm sure there must be companies out there that can cater for a man like me. Now, in the past...
You did have a hat.
Yes,
this was a previous love, though, wasn't it? You came on the podcast and you said, I've got a new hat from a special company that caters for gentlemen with large heads.
Now, here's the thing. I got that hat a few years ago.
Yes.
And it is technically... it is technically a little tight.
I mean, that is a massive hat.
So it's a triple XL hat. And it's a little tight.
Well, no. I think that was like an extra large hat.
Sure.
And I still wear it. I still wear it. I've been wearing it this week, but it does feel a little kind of pinchy.
It's busting.
I can kind of feel it.
It's busting at the seams.
So I was like, I want to get a nice hat that I can wear in public. So I went on a couple of websites. I literally went on a website that was called something like largehats.com or something.
Big Domes! BigDomes.com!
We've got your circumference.org.
But I measured
IRsquared.co.uk.
I measured I got a tape measure out and I measured the circumference of my head.
That's a low moment, isn't it?
Imagine
having to measure
Did
your
at least
head.
a tear roll down your cheek?
Yeah, okay. I went to a regular normal person shop.
Sure.
And I wanted
You
to buy,
couldn't fit through the
and I wanted to buy a hat. And it was like, okay, one size fits all. And I went on the size guide and it was like one size
That's a very dangerous statement in today's world.
But the upper limit on one size fits all is like 62 centimeters.
Right.
That's the diameter.
Can I guess what yours is?
Circumference?
Yeah.
Can I have a guess?
Yeah.
73.
No, good God. What do you think?
94.
No, I'm 62 centimeters.
Oh, I see. That's the joke.
Okay, yeah. So literally, my head is at the upper threshold.
Oh, so it is in line with that.
It is
busted. That's a shame.
But I was like, no. But I think it was like the point is it was too small. Like there's a chance that at its absolute limit, it might have contained my head.
So I reckon maybe you're 64 then.
Well, but I measured it as 62. So I went on another website that may have been called like largehats.com or something like
Big
that.
domes.
You know it was called.
And I went for like an extra large hat.
I do love that there is such a site. That does make me very happy.
I went for like extra large. And of course, there's limited options.
Wait, so you went for extra large on a large hat site?
Yes.
Yeah.
So does that mean you're a very big hat?
Well, here's the thing. I went for like extra large, and it turns out that extra large is not an industry standard.
Right.
Because when I said, what does extra large mean? And they were like, oh, that's 60 centimeters. And I was like,
that's too small.
That's too small.
And I was like, fuck my life. So I tried it.
That's too small.
I tried a different website. I think it was called like thehatshop.com or something like that. And I said,
Mighty Bonds.
I'm looking for a hat.
Mega Bonds.
So I go, I'm looking for a hat. Okay, so
what? You spoke to someone?
Hello,
no. You did a search, So looking for a hat.
Typed in, I'm looking for a hat.
It's like, are you looking for formal hats, sir, or casual hats?
You should have said formal.
Well, I guess I'm looking for a casual hat.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, okay. Would you like to filter by size, sir? You go, why don't you filter by extra large? Okay, I'll filter by extra large. What does extra large mean, by the way? Well, it's maybe about like 49 centimeters.
49? 49?
Something like that. I was like, Jesus Christ. So I eventually found a hat, which I'm now wearing.
It's a great hat.
Thank you.
It's like a trucker's hat.
Kind of like a
What do you
trucker's
call
hat.
it?
It's
not a flat cap. It's like
like an army
there
cap
is
sort
a
of
name.
thing.
Yeah, kind of like a Che Guevara hat.
Yeah. So I ordered this hat. It arrived today, and it is. I shit you not. No, I cut the label off so I can. You just have to believe me. It is extra large.
Double XL.
What is that in terms of?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll chuck
units.
It
62, 64.
Wow,
that is loose.
That's a loose fit.
on Nick, that is loose.
I feel like you could get in here with me.
Yeah.
Two heads side by side.
I mean, I feel like I have a fairly big head, but yeah, I mean that is.
Oh my god, it's rattling around.
That's embarrassing. There's a good 2-inch gap here.
It looks like you've got a bucket on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you threw a bucket on a bowling pin.
That is out.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, for the listeners at home, you look at John, and he, like, in his defence...
Yeah, it's not like freakish.
You don't look like a bobblehead.
No.
And I think
I'm
we're
surprised.
painting a picture here.
Yeah, it's only because I know you have a massive head.
Yeah.
That it's funny.
You wouldn't,
Yeah.
by looking at you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I do think, however, Deep Blue Ink, if you're listening for the next animation, I do think we need to up the size of John's head in the animation just a little bit. I'm just saying, just a little bit.
Well... The thing, so I'm now wearing an extra large hat, and I've never had a hat that fit me so well. Like,
looks great.
I've worn it most of the day, and I'm saying to Lucy, not because I want to wear a hat, because I put it on, and it's like I'm not wearing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, I can.
It just feels so comfortable. Yeah, it's not squeezing the blood down into my eyeballs. But the thing I hate is when I was ordering this hat, I felt the website was mocking me somewhat because when I selected that I was looking for extra large, I kept getting pop-up ads that was saying gigantic savings.
Which means they wrote a little bit of a code for the big-headed gentleman.
Anyone who orders an extra large gets the big terminology.
I love it. I think it's true. I think they are mocking you.
What did you say? Is it widedomes.com or
big domes?
Big domes.
Mightybonces.org.
So on the one hand, I've got a big fat head.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
You've got a cow head.
I now have a hat.
You ever had that hat that fits your cow head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's a nice hat.
It's
Thank you.
It's a happy ending.
It's a good hat. Yeah, everybody wins, really.
Really?
You know, because now children don't have to look at my monstrous head when I walk down the street.
It's just as long as no one else puts the hat on and it looks like they're wearing a boat.
Yeah.
Then we're good.
Yeah, Lucy put it on and she can get like 2 fingers on either side.
I think Lucy can probably curl up in it and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like there's little coracle boats. It's like one of those.
Yeah.
It's like a coracle boat.
Any
Yeah,
more? Any more you want to get out of your system while we're here?
Your head is massive.
Yeah.
It's really big. Like, whoo.
I feel like anything I would say wouldn't be that subtle, so I don't think it's for me to say anymore.
I mean, really, there's not anything you could say that would be worse than the stigma I've lived with
Yeah.
for 34 years now.
Is that the name of the condition? Is it?
Stigma.
Was giving you your big fat head? That wasn't that subtle, was it?
There's nothing
Like I
we
said.
can say that does any more damage to you than the knowledge you've had to live with all your life, and I do feel for you.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, there's a movie called Tall Girl, which is arguably a very bad movie. It's on Netflix.
I've never heard of that movie.
And it's all about a girl who's very tall and all of her struggles. And
So you're saying that there's a movie on Netflix called Fathead?
I'm saying that there's a gap
should be.
for such a movie, and that maybe
It's a very tight gap, I'm going to be honest.
you can't even get a finger in that gap.
Most commercially available gaps will not be big enough.
It's 60 centimeters gap, I'm afraid. So you wouldn't fit in the gap.
So
But-
do you know what the circumference of that hat is officially?
It's like 62, 63, so it's
Ah,
right on
okay.
the cusp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spot on.
Was
that their biggest
was
size?
that their biggest? Yeah.
I think there is conceivably... No,
Oh my goodness.
philosophers have suggested that there is an extra large hat.
I think you should buy an extra large hat.
Yeah.
Just so you can feel the way we just felt when we tried your hat on.
Yeah.
Time's up.
Time.
Goof's over.
We can't talk about my shame anymore.
Let's move on forever.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
Well, hang on a second. Nicholas,
I've got hate.
give us a hate.
I mean, I've got at least one.
Give us a hate and make it
Stop
snappy.
stalling. Give us
Sorry,
your hate.
I hate that there is such a thing as a coronavirus erotic novel.
Oh my good god.
That has happened. We've been under the thumb of the virus for a year and a bit.
Sure.
Inevitably,
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
inevitably this was
Is that
gonna
what's on the
happen.
back cover? Yeah.
There is a novel which you can buy on Amazon called Kissing the Coronavirus.
That's
And the cover shows a woman, scantily clad, obviously,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Uh,
Something for the lads.
from the neck down to
It's
the...
about time. It's about time they made something for the lads. isn't
When
it?
are they going to make something that appeals to a straight man between
Yeah.
the ages of 18 and 35?
I just feel like we're not represented. We're not getting what we need.
Yeah.
But for once,
For once, it's there's
society
something for the lads.
has coughed something up, and here we are, literally coughed something up in this case. The front cover is a woman. She's from the chin or neck down to the knees, so we can't see her face. We can't see anything that would define her as a human.
Nothing
being.
that would personify her.
Yeah, we don't want to. We don't want to think of her as a person.
Because she's not a person.
She's not a person. No. And she's hugging a very hunky man who is also shot from the same perspective. We can't see his face. We can't see his feet. But he's green. He's a green man. He's like the Hulk green.
Okay.
But obviously very badly photoshopped coloured green.
Sure.
And I've read the blurb about this book, and basically it's about a research scientist who's working on the vaccine for the coronavirus. And
Just sidebar. Does the coronavirus, or is there any known instances of the coronavirus turning someone green?
no,
Very
I think.
good.
Categorically, no. I
Good.
would
Well, let's
say.
move along then.
Yeah, and so she is called Dr. Ashington-Food. That's her name, Ashington-Food.
Ashington-Food.
And she has a research assistant called Dr. Bob Gertley-Chund. Gertley-Chund.
Good God.
Hyphenated.
No, all one word, Gertley-Chund.
Gertley-Chund.
Dr. Bob Gertley-Chund. And for some reason, he injects the vaccine into himself. Does Dr. Gertley-Chund.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, all good scientists know that that's a good idea.
It's the way to test the vaccine. That's
Otherwise,
what
how are
gotta
you
do.
going to know?
You're not going to know.
So the vaccine establishes itself in his body, and he transforms into a green-skinned hunk. He was kind of a bumbling professor type of character before, but now he's this big, sexy green
cool.
man. But what's weird,
That's
apparently,
considering that's a really dangerous thing to do, it's gone very well for him.
yeah.
Apart from the green thing.
You kind of lucked out, really.
I mean, I've had the vaccine. I've had two actually.
Yeah, and you're pretty green.
I'm
now.
getting a bit hunkier, but not significantly, I wouldn't say at this
No.
point. But what's weird about, I've read a few reviews and I've read the blurb on the back, and what they all seem to agree on is that he starts to become the personification of the coronavirus.
Oh my God.
So it becomes sentient in his body, and he is the coronavirus.
What out of interest?
Sure.
What is the personification of the coronavirus?
I think it's just a hunky, sex-crazy dude who wants to sleep with Dr. Ashington.
Okay. I mean, I didn't really get that vibe
It's weird.
from the virus over the last year.
No,
I mean, like, yeah, you could describe it in many ways. I think kind of horny on main is not really.
no. I mean,
not
people
really.
have died, so
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't say that that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Horny is
appropriate
probably
in
one of
any
the
way.
last words I was thinking of.
Yeah, really, really questionable. But after that, it's basically just garbage, sex,
Sure.
erotic stuff with a green,
I assume there's a market for this kind
glistening
of
hunk. Well, yeah, but also I don't think there are any others.
But does the market create itself? Like maybe no one ever thought to themselves, "I want a book about having sex with an anthropomorphic virus."
No,
And
no
then
one
they-
thought that.
And then they saw it, and they just popped such a massive semi that
I
they
mean,
had to buy it like right then and there.
I think it was written by a woman, the book. MJ Edwards. Anonymous, unknown author. So actually, I don't know.
No
Don't
one
know.
wants to put their name to it.
But this
No.
is I mean,
I assumed it was a woman.
but this is a big thing in the world of publishing. You always just have a couple of initials.
Yes,
You
you've got
never
to.
you never give it.
Apparently, that's why Ali's middle name is Amelia. Here we go, giving away personal information.
AA.
She's AA, and her parents named her that specifically because she'd have a good name if she chose to be an author, which is a weird thing to do.
Didn't even know she had a middle name.
She has a middle name, yeah.
AA White.
She was AA White, but now
Yeah.
she's AA
AA
Angel.
Angel.
so
AAA.
She's a triple A.
Peter.
What?
That's my middle name.
That's your
yeah.
middle name, yeah.
Is it?
It's my middle name.
Mine's David.
My initials
yeah.
are CPR.
You don't have one, do you?
I don't have one. No,
I bet you're missing out right now.
no.
Wait.
They never completed the ritual.
That's
so,
true. Yeah, you're unfinished, technically.
Yeah,
That's why your
can't-
head's so big.
Damn the soul. The binding didn't
We will
yeah.
punish the child with an almighty head.
Ha! Fools! I mean, that's about it, really. Like, I mean, what more is there to say than...
I would imagine over the next couple of years, there's going to be all sorts of coronavirus-related media.
and
coming out.
they've really beaten.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we might get a Netflix show kissing the coronavirus. It might get
Yeah,
adapted
it
because
might
they're
get,
the only one out there.
I mean, there's already people making comic books about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
You know, it was people making games about the
Really?
coronavirus. Oh yeah,
Or video
yeah.
games.
Card games and board games and stuff. Yeah.
The thing is about this virus, right?
Go on.
Oh, go on.
it's
Yeah.
been-
What's your hot take?
Yeah.
It's been pretty boring, hasn't it?
It
As far
has,
as,
yeah.
as far as a
Pandemics
pandemic
go.
goes.
I mean, yeah, sure. Taking, of course, the fact that some people have
Yes,
died.
that's awful,
Yeah.
of course.
But-
But if you
but
look
you
at
are
if you
right.
compare it to a movie,
Say like a zombie
Contagion,
virus.
or there was a
Contagion,
movie about pandemics and whatever, it's been pretty fucking boring, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically been a tale of locking yourself in your house.
Yeah.
And working from home.
I mean,
It doesn't transfer well to media, I don't.
Apparently,
No.
there is a movie in the works.
Oh,
And I honestly don't know how they're going to make that exciting.
Yeah.
I hate the predictability of it, where you just know that like there's some rom-com that's already in pre-production right now.
Yeah.
Which is like
A rom-com's
their
probably
lo-
the most
their
likely.
love extended beyond the virus.
love in lockdown.
Love.
Love in lockdown.
They were
Yeah.
stuck together at the start of the pandemic, and they felt it by the end. They didn't want to leave each other, even though they could.
Their friends said it would never work.
Sheltering in place,
Yeah.
starring
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz and
The other guy.
Paul
Paul Rudd.
Jude Law.
Oh yes, no, oh
Jude
yeah.
Law, they were in The Holiday together.
Yeah, Jude Law was going to be my. I was going to say
Go-to.
Jude Law. Yeah.
Well, The Holiday is actually a very good film.
No, it isn't.
Oh, you're wrong.
I had to sit through that movie on a 56-hour coach journey
Well,
from
that's-
Montreal to.
That's probably skewed your opinion.
No, I think the movie did a fine job of that on its own.
I watched The Holiday
Oh,
every
I'm
Christmas.
sorry. Air quotes around movie.
I watched The Holiday every Christmas. I'm not going to sit here defending The Holiday.
It doesn't need you.
It doesn't
Chris.
need
It doesn't
defending.
need you.
No,
doesn't
I'm
need
sorry.
defending.
All the actors and script writers
Yeah.
earned their paychecks while working on that
Okay,
movie.
That's a lot of air
I
quotes.
need to see
Yeah.
this movie because, like,
You've never seen The Holiday?
I haven't seen it, and you're very divided, and I feel like I could give us the final.
I feel the
answer.
word movie has died.
It's a
Like we
it's a
said.
perfectly cromulent movie.
I feel it's the death of art. Like if art,
Okay.
if art could go somewhere to die, it would be.
Quite a strong opinion, that, if I'm honest.
I've watched worse movies than that.
Yes.
Recently.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, but still, I mean, here we are.
Well, let's wait for the Kissing the Coronavirus movie / Netflix limited TV
I'm
show.
sure we'll go and see it after Sonic 2.
If there is a movie, I pledge here and now we should go see it.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be quite horny because there's been a few clips I've read from this book, and I'm not sure it's even suitable for this podcast.
Oh, God.
Like the word cunny bun, I don't think needs to be said, and I did just.
What does
say
that
it.
even mean?
I think it means vagina.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not. No, I mean,
I'm so sorry.
I mean, like a term of endearment.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Cunningham,
It was
yeah.
something like that.
It's
Yeah.
not-
Does
don't like
Virus
it.
Man, does Sexy Virus Man, does he have? Is his head a virus?
What, like the ball with the spikes?
Yeah,
sticking
that's
out
kind
it?
of what I'm picturing.
Well, we can't see his head on the cover, so I can only assume so. Yes, I'm going to say yes. But that wouldn't be that hunky, would it?
But well, I
Also,
mean,
in one review, I
hunky
did
to
read
someone.
that he is kind of a bit mindless because he's a virus.
Oh,
it's all
Oh, and now we can never talk about it
we're
again.
never going to find out about that again.
mindless
no.
virus man.
I like that we're sticking so rigidly to this timing system.
I mean, we've got to at this point.
I mean, it's,
We're going.
it's
blasting
wonderful.
through everything.
We are only halfway through. Yeah.
what if this becomes a new
Actually,
gimmick?
we're only
Generally?
Shut up.
Oh God, sorry,
We're only a quarter of the way through.
What's your second hate?
My hate. My second
God,
hate.
hurry up.
I'm breathless. My second hate is how much the grass grows.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah. So I mow the lawn. Right?
Sure,
I
that's
pay
'cause
my,
you're-
I pay my
I
taxes.
pay my taxes. Yeah.
I mow the lawn.
I'm over lawn.
You're one of
And
those
then,
good
and
men.
then we get the weather like we've had recently,
Oh.
which has been raining 1 hour and sunny the next.
There has been some rain and
My
stuff.
garden,
Changeable, very changeable.
Very
Ooh,
changeable.
changeable. Ooh.
My garden now looks like a jungle. And
Okay.
I only mow the
Actually
lawn.
like a jungle?
Yeah. Well.
okay.
Well.
Only mow the lawn in January.
Like an,
What's
like
that
an
about?
English jungle,
English jungle, right?
like a forest. gotta
forest,
say.
if you will, yeah.
Forest is fine.
Corpse.
corpse.
The grass is very long, and I think to myself,
Too long.
I shouldn't have bothered mowing that lawn.
No, you
What
shouldn't.
was the point of that?
I don't mow the lawn.
Well, I believe the trick is to mow it again.
No, I don't think I want to do that.
How long are we talking?
Oh, pretty long. Like I don't
Like
know.
a foot long.
About maybe a foot long in
That's long.
certain areas. Yeah,
Yeah.
the areas the dog hasn't trampled.
Oh yeah, I mowed the lawn at the weekend, and I thought to myself, "Gosh, this grass is."
But then you're gonna have to mow
Long.
it again, and it's just what's the point?
This is why I don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how much
mean, my
grass have you
excuse-
got in your garden?
Huh?
I have been to your garden.
There
but-
is some grass in it, but it's
Okay.
very hillocky, and mowers don't work on it particularly well. And our string.
You're
is broken.
lucky.
So I just don't bother.
I've got a very flat garden that needs mowing, and then I do it, and I look at it, and I think that's very satisfying. Like I'm glad
there's
that I
that.
did that. But now,
Hold on to that feeling.
yeah, but then I've got to do it all over again. In 2 weeks, it's going to count for nothing.
True. That is
It's
true.
just going to have grown
Well,
again.
Lucy has a magic book which tells her how to garden.
Is it the Bible?
And it
Okay.
says that
What's it called?
the fact that you have to ask, you unbeliever.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the Garden Bible.
Okay.
It says that like you
That's a
have,
good name for a book, actually.
It's great.
but it says like you should be mowing it every week.
That's
Every
madness.
week.
That's madness.
No, what? Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's like when you
I'm
cultivate.
a busy man.
But it's like when
Yeah,
you
he's
cul-
a busy man.
if you're cultivating
I'm
a
usually at the
thick
pub.
beard, you got to shave it a lot.
Yeah,
to get that,
I hate
stimulate
that.
that.
Okay, I can relate to your pain with my beard. It's the same thing. I'm mowing my face.
But then that's how people view you, and that's arguably more important because people don't see my garden that much.
Because you don't invite. We
Like
don't invite people over.
if you were coming around this weekend, I would probably mow the lawn to impress you.
Oh, thank you.
And it would.
Yeah, thank
I'd
you.
be like,
yeah.
fuck!
That lawn looks mowed. You would
Yeah,
say. Probably.
I would
I-
something like that.
I say this as someone who's spent a lot of time in recent weeks thinking about my lawn, and
well, I thought this might appeal to you, John.
it does appeal to me. Yeah,
You're
no.
a big gardener, to be fair.
I am I.
Well, okay, no, I'm going to retract that. You're not a gardener,
Thank you.
but you do garden.
I do garden.
Yeah.
yes.
A
fair amount.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I suppose
the
I
verb
suppose
to
I do.
garden.
I feel we should read that earlier comment about just boredom in the past year. Like that's been a big factor.
It has.
I need something to do.
You
Well,
do.
you've remodeled your garden. We are sitting in view of it right
Yeah,
now.
it looks great.
And it does
Thank
look
you.
very
Yeah,
good.
no. Well, you see, I
It's
see
a bit
it.
dark out there. Can
Yeah,
you
you
sort
can't,
that
you
out?
can't see much.
No, I see it every day, so I have no context anymore. But yeah, like I think we're getting there. It looks a bit more like a garden and less like a shithole every day.
Sure.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we're slowly getting there.
The thing is that we took a big tree in our garden down
You
a few
did.
weeks ago.
Well, I think-
we paid someone to do it.
And also, God had a small part in that.
God had
when-
a small part in it in that he smithed half of it.
Lightning
And-
struck
Lightning
it.
struck it.
He did, yes.
Or something struck it.
Well,
You
with
should
the
have-
wind. Probably the wind.
You should have carved a baseball bat.
Yeah, well, I've kept a bit of it to do something. I don't quite know what I want to do.
Baseball
with it
bat.
yet.
Baseball
Yeah.
bat.
So
Baseball
like,
bat.
get on a lathe.
Something told me that this was a very magical piece of wood that I could make a bat out of. So we sort of looked at the garden and went, oh, that looks really good. Like we were genuinely like,
Yeah.
this looks great.
You've got
like,
that.
now we got that tree down, so we became slightly more garden proud than we previously had been.
You have a nice garden.
It's all right, and then I've mowed it a bit more frequently than I used to, but then I thought this week because it's got so long because of all the weather, I've just thought, Jesus, what was the point of all that? Because this is going to be a nightmare to mow this. Now.
Will it be? Or will it not be all the more satisfying? It might be, because imagine this, right? Super long grass,
Yeah.
and then you go straight in, and then you do the first bit, and it's
Yeah.
all super short, and you're like, oh!
Right now, it feels like it's going to be a giant pain in the ass.
Everything you're describing sounds like someone who knows what they need to do.
Yeah.
But doesn't want to do
Well, I
it.
don't want to go out in the rain. That's part of it.
Yeah, you got to find that window, haven't you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
When the weather gets better, we're also going to get the guy who took the tree down back to help us with more
the tree back up.
garden related. Put the tree back up. To do
Please
more
be
garden
slow.
related.
I'm so
Really?
sorry, I made a huge mistake.
Yeah. Please bring back the exact same pieces of wood.
Yeah.
Glue them back together.
And make it live again.
Yeah. And make it be with the stump.
We miss it so much.
Yeah.
Well, it's so weird because like as Lucy and I have been focusing on the garden, Lucy's focus is about like the interesting stuff, like let's put a plant here, or let's make this area look nice. And I'm like, that's wonderful. I care about the spaces in between.
Yes,
and
the
suddenly
negative space.
all I'm focusing on is the lawn, and I'm like, I want that. I never thought I'd care about a lawn. But
This is
now-
the dry toast of gardening.
It is. Yes, that is profound. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I want that lawn to be perfect, and it's patchy, and like you view it from afar.
At the moment, you've got one long bit on the side there.
Yeah, which is going to be a pond. We're going to send
It
it.
doesn't
okay.
look patchy from this view.
The actual main lawn looks.
But when you get up close,
And sniff it.
and did you know there's different types of grass?
No,
I
nobody
knew
knows that.
The
Yeah.
thing is that our dog is allergic to most kinds of grass.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's bad then, that you have a
Bear,
grass.
bear in mind, she literally goes face first into the grass every day.
Have you considered some kind of bubble for your dog?
Yeah, put it in a Zorb.
Yeah, I mean that would probably help.
It.
She's
Sorry.
she
Yeah. Put it in a Zorb.
put the dog. That would work because she's always hurting herself. So-
Yeah, it would protect
But
her.
yeah, she's allergic to
and it
everything.
would
She's always hurting herself. Yeah,
shield her.
Zorb for the dog. Yeah.
Zorb for the
I'll
dog.
look
.com.
into- I'll look into that. It might be on the same website as your hat.
Yeah, it's another wide dome.
Right, innit?
Different kind of dome, but...
Yeah, big large domes. Oh no, this is. Oh, John's logging on. Oh no, this is all wrong. This is about Zorbs for dogs.
Actually,
not
hang on,
hats.
John. That hat does look a little bit like a Zorb for a dog, if I'm honest.
Yeah, could be.
I'm reminded of the time we were walking through, I think Chinatown on Vancouver Island, and they had one of those kind of.
Was I there?
Yeah, I think you were there. Yeah, they had one of those kind of like wide-brimmed kind of
Kind of like rice paddy hats.
rice
Yeah.
paddy hats.
Yeah, I vaguely recall.
And I put it on, and we were like, "It's the best fitting hat
Best
I've
thing
ever had."
I've ever had in your life.
It's
Yeah.
a little tight,
That
to
was
be
just-
honest.
that was just- yeah, there was nothing in terms of a gap there.
It's the size of a rooftop of a bungalow, but it's a bit tight.
I bought. He knows this. Nick
Oh.
knows this. I bought a roll of turf at the weekend.
Oh, you did tell
you?
me this. Yeah, yeah.
What? Where is it on the garden?
It's in the front lawn, and the fact that you
Oh.
didn't even know
We didn't.
shows how good
No,
it is.
I didn't. Well, I wasn't looking for it. I will when I leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look with me.
Did you see the tree in the front garden?
I've seen it.
There's a tree in
Say
the front
yes.
garden.
Just say yes.
Yeah, the tree. Yeah,
Say it's great.
it was. Yeah,
It's really... Yeah.
I noticed the little bits on the front border.
That's,
Is that-
too,
is
that's
that-
too much. You're getting too specific now.
No, I did. I did though.
Oh, you
I,
did?
I looked
Okay.
at them. I thought, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know it's a tree. If I'm
This is
honest
my
with you.
dream now. It's weird because I feel like my dad was obsessed with lawns when I was young.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, is it just something that happens when you reach middle age?
No, because it hasn't happened to me.
But you don't have much of a lawn.
Well, I do.
I think
but
it'll-
it's just bad.
But the moment, I reckon there'll be a turning point.
Okay,
The moment you put some care into that lawn, and suddenly you're like,
that's the difference.
I'm not saying you haven't put caring. I'm just
No,
saying
no, I
there have
haven't.
been other
No,
priorities.
it's fine. I
But
haven't.
the moment you put even a modicum of love into that lawn, you'll suddenly be like, oh no,
Oh, it's happening.
it's begun.
It's one of those moments. It's like when you realise you're interested in documentaries about geography. You think,
Yes.
oh yeah, I am maturing. Yeah,
Oh, this is happening.
these sorts of things do happen. And you just think, oh okay, well I obviously am growing up.
I'm
the next-
officially an adult now. Yeah.
The next step, we vote Tory. Is that
Oh god.
how it goes?
I hope my idealism doesn't leave me.
I
would
feel
be
like
bad.
I feel the problem is as I get older, my time out.
we can never
Time
talk
out.
about
we'll never
that.
know.
No.
I guess we'll never know.
Would anyone like a beer?
Yes.
I'm very slow, so I'm all right.
Just as well. It's not your hate job.
You say slow, but some people might say measured.
Yes.
In control of their problem.
Well, I think that's a stretch in control of.
I'm not working tomorrow, so I'm fine.
Oh. It's all right.
yeah,
it's all right.
no, I'm not working tomorrow.
No, I had to think there.
I did have to think. I did have to think.
tomorrow, but presumably not very hard.
Oh, well, not presumably, definitely.
No.
I hope my boss isn't listening to
Many
this live
thanks.
broadcast.
I mean, God knows, people. It's been a hell of a year.
Yeah.
We need our kicks.
Cut us some slack. Anyway, you better get on it because we're running out of time.
Oh my God! Let me just set the timer.
Hurry, John.
Oh.
Oh, he's buying time.
8 minutes. Yeah, John's buying time for his hate here. He's trying to dominate the show.
Yeah, you're filibustering.
There we go. Okay, I hate supposed documentary podcasts that are actually about nothing.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
So,
Something tells me John's been burned this week.
Well,
well,
Or
we've
in the last month.
we've spoken before on this podcast about
How
particularly-
much we hate other podcasts.
indeed.
Don't listen to any other podcasts.
There are no
if
other
you do,
podcasts.
if you do,
Not
you're,
that I'm
being,
aware
you're
of.
being disloyal. If you listen to any other,
Yeah,
podcasts.
disloyal.
Yeah.
But let me tell you a secret.
Oh, let it rip.
Rip it and grip it. We've spoken on this podcast about discovering a love of documentaries.
Sure.
Like we've in lockdown,
I literally just said it.
gotten into documentaries.
Feels like
It's
2
great.
minutes
Like geography.
And so I like finding a good documentary podcast.
Sure.
And Spotify got wind of that, and the algorithm was like,
That damn algorithm.
That's how it works.
and the algorithm was like, we're going to make some suggestions, you know. And some of them, fantastic.
Sure.
Okay.
Some of them are absolutely amazing. I've discovered some real blinders. Others are just, God, it's just, and oh my God, it's just such lowbrow entertainment. Like, it's an interesting subject matter,
Yeah.
but like the style and delivery, it's like 2 minutes of content smeared over 8-hour-long episodes.
Sure.
It's astonishing. It drives me mad. It's like, oh God, I was listening to this one, and it was all about.
We're going to tell you what not to listen to now.
It's all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about. Ghislaine. Is it Ghislaine?
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Yeah.
Who's that?
She was the partner in crime / partner of
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. Oh. Yeah, so she's currently like facing trial for sex abuse and all this terrible, terrible stuff.
Sure.
But it's about her life.
Keep it light, John.
Keep it like, leave him laughing. But the first couple of episodes were all about her dad, who was Robert Maxwell. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big TV
Yeah.
media magnate, controlled newspapers and everything.
Sure.
Dodgy fellow,
Remote
a lot
control
of weird
newspapers.
dealings. Died in mysterious circumstances on his yacht.
That's how I hope I.
And I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
It'd
what's
be cool
this?
if I had a yacht.
And I was
It's
like,
either mysterious circumstances or ceremonial purposes. I think.
Yeah,
That's how
one
I-
of those, so
yeah.
people can find you in years to come.
Yeah.
and I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, a bit of scandal, you know.
Oh, here we go.
I want it all. Give it all. Feed me. Yeah, I want it.
Drizzle it on me.
I love the trash.
Like baby bird, the gossip into my
Yeah.
mouth.
Marinade me and chuck me in the oven at 210.
My craw is open. I'm ready for it. And I only got through like an episode and a half because I'm like, this is shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple of companies. I'm just going to name and shame them. One of them's called Wondery,
Right.
and they produce so many.
Are they like a podcast network?
Yeah, they produce so many
Yeah.
documentary podcasts,
It sounds like reaction to trends to me.
but they're
Yeah.
trashy.
I feel like
yeah.
the documentary podcast is a thing that everyone and their dog is trying
Yeah,
to get onto.
They find like a hot topic and then they leap on it. But then the production is awful.
Yeah.
I listened to this one the other day and it was like, and that thing about the Maxwells. They were talking, so they'd interview people. They interviewed Ian Hislop.
Oh yeah.
Interviewed Ian Hislop.
Very entertaining chat, but not particularly relevant.
No, but they interviewed him
anymore.
because he had stories about Robert Maxwell. But because they think their listeners are idiots, like the contempt they have for their audience is that they would
Like us in many ways.
Yeah, so they'd have like the Ian Hislop, a little quote from him that's entertaining, and then the presenter would go, "But of course, I knew a thing or two about Robert Maxwell from the people I'd spoken to," and then they would have another clip. Like they'd isolate one line that Ian Hislop had said, and then they'd apply like a dramatic echo over the top of
Oh
it,
my
and then they'd
God.
play it again. Literally, it's like or they spoke to the Scottish guy who was like Robert Maxwell's like personal photographer, and he'd say something like, "I think his death was very suspicious. He never went out alone," or something like that.
He never usually died on his yacht.
He never. But that's the thing, and he had that quote, and he'd end by, and he used to go like, "Oh yeah, I think it was very suspicious. He never went out on his own." And the presenter would go like, "I was determined to get to the bottom of this," and Of course, I thought there was more to this because of what I'd learned. And then they play that clip again, but with like I said, dramatic vocal effects on it. Go like, and of course, I think it was suspicious.
I think they call it padding.
Yes.
I think they call it bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Oh God, and it's like it's entertainment for idiots.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the audience is idiots. I'm saying the producers think you're an idiot.
Yes.
They're treating you like you are a moron. And it's killed it for me. Like I listened to a few where I'm like, I care about the subject, but the window dressing.
Yeah.
Like, for God's sake, just tell the story.
And that's the thing. It gets really frustrating when you can tell they're padding it. And you're just like, oh, come on, just move on.
It's because they don't know anything, usually.
Yeah.
It's because
they
ultimately they don't know anything about it. They've just interviewed people who are also speculating.
Yeah. And the attempt as well that I've heard in some of these where they try and turn it into a narrative.
Yeah.
So they try and turn it into like, and then I went to talk to... No, you didn't. You booked in all of these celebrity like vox pops on the same day, and now you're trying to sew it into this.
Yeah.
So I headed to Ian Hislop's house
Yeah.
to find out if that was true. Cut to a clip from Ian Hislop. No, you recorded all that on the same day as you recorded the other shit.
Yeah.
Don't turn this into a story that it isn't.
And of course, a lot of these are American.
Yeah.
And then when they get like a British person on,
what?
because of the contempt they have for the audience,
Sure.
it'll be something like, I spoke to Ian Hislop, who is, who was a writer for Private Eye. Private Eye was a satirical newspaper. A newspaper is a thing where people would find news on the and he'd go like,
News is a...
and he'd go like, so I was walking. I mean, and Ian Hislop goes like, so I was walking home the other day, and I saw like a newspaper on the pavement, and then the presenter would go like, a pavement is what British people call a sidewalk. I'm like, we get it, all right,
No.
we get it. I'm not saying that because I'm British. I'm just saying I can infer it from the context. I'm not a complete idiot.
A foot cycle is what British people call a bike.
Oh God! And there's a lot of Netflix documentaries that fall into that same trap. Where
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very style over substance.
I think we've had Making a Murderer and Serial, like both in the case of Netflix documentary and podcast documentary.
Yes.
And everyone has just gone, I need to make one of those, please. And it's either TV show, we need to make it like Making a Murderer, or podcast, we need to make it like Serial. And this is where we are.
You're so
now.
right. Yeah,
This is where we
they've
are.
got a lot to answer
I've never
for.
listened to
They do.
any podcasts, actually.
At all.
At all, ever.
No,
Not even
no.
this
And
one.
yet here you are right now
Yeah.
recording one.
I'm the least qualified person ever to be on a podcast. No,
Absolutely you are.
I mean more documentaries of podcasts. I've never listened to any of them. I will watch a lot of the Netflix stuff, obviously, and Amazon and
there are
whatever
some
there
very
is.
good ones.
I'm
I'm
sure there are,
hungry. I'm hungry for a good documentary, but I try watching some of them, and it's just like, Jesus Christ! Like, the presenter's meant to be invisible. I don't care about
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I know,
Frank
yeah.
from Los Angeles. This was my quest to find out about the 17 unfortunate victims who died. It's not their story.
No.
It's your
Yeah.
story.
And yet
Frank.
they're clearly making it
yeah,
their
just
story.
go fuck off.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
about me finding it out, not their actual murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And it annoys me. Just tell the story.
Yeah.
Story's king.
Hey, 30 seconds of change. What should we talk about?
What should we do?
What should we finish on for this particular
I don't think we've
segment?
said enough about your head.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
but
honest.
I feel like the microphones are picking up some of
you
the
think this-
gravitational distortion from.
Do you think
You're
this is
better
going
at
to
blasting your
transfer
own head.
well? This system of 8 minutes per hate.
Well, we're never doing it again.
We're never going to do 2 hates per show ever again.
Fine.
No.
but I'm
Don't
just
get used to
curious
this.
as to what the listener experience is at this moment in time.
I've never cared about the listener experience.
No, I mean,
I do
I'm
worry-
just saying it because we've got 20 seconds.
Oh,
it doesn't matter now.
shut
It's
up,
not
yeah.
important. It's not
I don't
important.
worry. I don't worry about anything. Fuck it. I've got hate.
Wait.
The truth is, I can't stand the listener.
Now.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
It's actually recorded.
Nick, what's your hate?
Do you remember the show Woof?
Yes.
I hate it. Do you remember Woof? It was a kids show on, I think,
Yeah.
CBBC when we were but children.
Yeah.
Not but
Whoa,
children.
whoa. In Britain, CBBC
Yes.
is what children would watch when they came home from school.
CBBC is
In Britain.
what they call Nickelodeon.
In Britain, school is where kids went to get away from television.
Why do I know you're gonna?
Woof.
Yeah, it'll come back to me.
Woof was a show about a ginger-haired boy.
He had dark hair.
Sorry. A ginger-haired boy. I'm sure did he have dark hair? I'm sure he was ginger. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That was just flavor.
We're getting off topic.
He turned into a dog.
He turned into a
dog, didn't he?
was
Yes,
like,
I do remember it.
he was like a werewolf, but he turned into a dog.
I do remember it.
And I recently rediscovered it because for some reason YouTube was like,
Yeah.
I know what Nick wants to see, the intro credits to Wolf.
Yeah, I do remember this.
Really? I don't know why. Maybe I've been watching some intro credits to
Yes.
other stuff. Who knows? I've probably been watching the X-Men cartoon intro on loop because I do tend to do that because what a fucking tune.
When I think of the X-Men intro, I think
first-
of weird British TV show, probably filmed in like Basingstoke or something. Yeah.
So to clarify, it was a live action show.
It was basically the cutting room floor of Brum.
Yeah, it was. It was the same quality of Brum. And for those who don't know, again, Brum was a British kids TV show.
Brum was what we call monster trucks.
About a tiny little yellow vintage car that came to life.
I love Brum.
Brum was fucking amazing.
I've seen Brum.
You've seen the actual Brum?
I've seen the actual Brum.
Holy
He's not
shit.
far from here.
I want to touch you, but I don't know if we're allowed to touch.
We could go on a day trip to see the actual Brum.
Where is he?
Is
he near?
Yeah, he's in the Cotswolds.
I can feel it.
Is he really?
Something on the water.
Brum-
What's
Bolton
happening?
on the water.
Bolton on the water. He's in Bolton on the water.
We should go.
Brum is the absolute boy.
He is the boy.
Oh Jesus, he does have red hair.
Yes!
There you go.
I'm never right about anything.
He turned into like a sandy coloured dog.
He did.
Yeah.
Like a little sort of terrier.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
This show ran from 89 to 97. How did they get so much content out of
Jesus,
it?
that's nearly a decade of woof.
Yeah.
They must have changed dog and child. in
Wait,
that time.
no.
think
There's
so?
a dark-haired boy.
Oh, you are right to some
Maybe there were
extent.
multiple wolf boys.
I don't like that phrase.
No.
Multiple wolf boys.
Tell us more. What did it mean to be a wolf boy?
I mean, there's probably a website for all the wolf boys. It's like the doctors in Doctor Who.
Was it a certain time of day he turned into
I think
the dog?
and I can't remember, but I think it was when he was stressed out,
When he got hot.
when he got hot.
I reckon when he
like
ate
hot, like horny.
Is it-
when he ate spicy food, he turned into a dog.
The thing is, John's on Google at the moment, so he could. Look
I
these
think it
things
was.
up.
I can't remember, but I think it was when he got scared or stressed out or
Okay.
something went wrong.
Yeah.
And he would they would always cut away, and then it would cut back, and there'd be a pile of clothes.
There was no CGI involved.
No.
No, you don't want
There'd be
any
a
of
pile
that.
of clothes, and the dog would worm its way out of the clothes.
Yeah.
As if to say, the boy had obviously turned to a dog very
Sure.
quickly, clothes had gathered to the floor,
Sure.
and he ran out.
Yeah.
And if I remember also correctly, and this used to frustrate me as a child, when he turned back, fully clothed. Now, I don't want to see a little naked boy.
He turned back fully clothed.
I thought he did,
Because I vividly remember an episode.
with a little naked boy.
Yeah, I do. I swear there was an episode where he turned back into a boy and hid inside like a trash can. And he was naked. And I swear he was naked.
Okay.
Trash can is what Americans call bins.
I don't remember well enough, to be honest, but I just remember this powerful hatred I have for the show. And I think part of the hatred is the theme tune, which I won't even begin to try and sing because it's really weird.
Woof.
It's not that. No.
Yeah.
But
That would have been better.
I recommend to anyone listening who might remember the show, or American listeners, or elsewhere listeners who don't know the show, go on YouTube, type in Woof British TV show intro, and listen to that God-forsaken intro. Because
I don't remember that.
I can't remember the intro at all. I remember it because I think the anxiety I experienced as a
this
child.
is the thing. It made me really anxious, this show.
Yeah.
Because if he gets scared and turns into a dog, and then everything went wrong for him. The whole show was about how everything went wrong for a little boy who turned into a dog. That was the premise of the whole show.
Did he want to turn into
No, he hated it.
And also, I swear,
like a curse.
I swear there was an episode where he was naked in a bin, and
Which
like
is bad in every
and like
way.
Stop talking about it.
and the girl he liked was there, and she's like, "What are you doing?
Why are you in a bin?"
And he's like, "I can explain." And then she
But he
ran
never
away.
would. He'd never tell the secret, the fact that he turned into a dog, because, well, who would?
Well, no one would believe him.
No.
Can you imagine that? A girl you like, oh yeah, I can explain. She goes, oh, go on then.
Go on then.
Go on then.
Can't
explain.
wait to hear this.
Well, the truth is, whenever I get like a bit stressed, like, I turn into a dog.
What?
She would be within her rights to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
She'd be right to do it, in fact.
In fact, he should ask her to.
Yeah.
I think there were 3 different
Woof boys.
Okay.
I'm looking at it now.
What about dogs? How many dogs were there?
This suggests that it was a popular show.
It ran for nearly a decade.
That's
Can we talk about that? Like,
And yet nobody remembers it.
Until I brought it up to you
So
today.
you've just brought it up. Everyone now
no,
will be
it's
going,
interesting because it's interesting because we're talking about like, would you say like it was a debilitating condition?
For sure.
You wouldn't really refer to it as a power.
I'd call it a curse.
Yeah. So
He was cursed by a witch.
this, according to the Wikipedia page, the dog generally featured weekly escapades to do with the dog power.
The dog power.
Dog power.
I wouldn't call it that.
But yeah, what was the advantage or power?
There was no. It was
it
only bad.
always was a bad.
It was only bad.
Was a bad.
In the third series, a
Would you
plot arc.
not like approach someone and say, "Oh yeah, I got a problem here"?
Would you go to a vet or a doctor then?
Wow,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
that is a great joke.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's a terrific joke.
In the third series
we go.
of, I think,
he
possibly the first Wolf
They got
Boy,
into the deep
He was
mythology.
cured.
a plot arc was developed
What?
with Eric suspecting his transformation into a dog was caused by adrenaline,
Here we go.
as it happened when he was hot or excited.
You said hot.
God.
And he met an adult named Bruce Bentley, played by Anthony Head,
Oh my god, Anthony Head was in it.
aka Buffy from Giles. No
Good
way.
answer, Buff.
Yeah.
Stick with it.
Who had the same condition.
That suggests it's a medical condition.
But
Yes.
Were they related?
No.
That just seems at random then.
And then in series 6.
Why are we talking about this?
No, wait. In series 6.
Series
Series
6.
six.
Series 6.
The action shifted to a different boy,
Okay.
a different wolf boy,
Different wolf
who had
boy.
the same condition.
What? So this is the first Wolf Boy. Had 6 series to himself.
Yes.
Sweet.
And then they
Jesus.
moved on to a different wolf boy, and who had a different sidekick because he had like a buddy.
Right.
Okay.
So it moved on to a completely different pair
What,
of
a human
people.
sidekick.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, not dog. That'd be ridiculous.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
And then the ninth and final series
I bet that was epic.
had a
Ninth-
different wolf boy.
So the second one only got 2 series, so he must have been shit.
Yeah. It's literally like Doctor Who, I think.
Yeah.
Stephen Fry appeared in one episode.
Which he
Mother of.
which he doesn't like to talk about.
Nobody talks about that. Jesus Christ! There were 4 dogs. They got through
4
three,
dogs and 3 wolf boys.
3 human
did-
boys and 4 dogs.
But did they look like Eddie from Frasier? That was played by 2 different dogs.
That's true.
No. Do
Were
you
they,
remember?
were they different? Were they the same character? Is what I'm asking.
Do you remember a BBC childhood show called Come Outside?
Yes,
Come outside.
Yes. It
I
was,
remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lady who had a dog and they had a plane.
Yeah.
And they get in the
She
plane.
was a cool lady.
It was the same dog.
She died recently.
Same dog as Wolf.
Yes.
So he was like a famous actor.
It was a famous dog. The
Yeah.
dog was a famous dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the woman who was in that show died relatively recently. And yeah, I remember.
Oh,
show was-
There's
oh,
a cat
oh,
on
there's
the
a cat.
table. There's a cat
How
in the
appropriate.
studio.
It
So
Talking about
we're
dog.
being attacked by a dog.
There's a cat in the
sorry.
studio.
The show was called Come Outside.
Yes.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she had a plane.
Categorically bad.
Literally, she had a plane.
There's a cat near my microphone.
It's fine. Oh,
time out.
time's up.
No more jokes.
That's all the hates, isn't it?
That's all the hates.
That's all the
That's all
hates.
the hates. I've got another hate. There's a cat literally staring
Oh,
at me.
how can you
on the
hate
table.
him?
Oh, sorry,
Look
I
at
made
him.
you jump
It's
there.
going to attack me.
You don't get this kind of experience while we're recording remotely.
No, that's,
No.
I get a dog usually.
Yeah.
Normally.
Oh yeah, we know. Yeah, we hear it.
opposite.
Yeah.
Hello.
Dogs are the opposite of cats. I
He is right by my face. He is.
Hello.
He's
You're gonna
probably-
bite me? Oh, you're gonna
He's
rub
probably a
me.
little perturbed by
Like,
us.
what are all these
Yeah.
people doing in my house?
Yeah, because he's not really had any
You're right, good
human
lad.
contact apart from
There
us
he is.
for like 14 months.
Ooh, you're
Anyway,
good lad.
Chris Ray, I believe it's your turn to give us a love.
Give us
Oh
the
yeah,
love.
very well. Would you like a recommendation or just a personal one?
Let's start with recommendations.
You're going to get both. Recommendation, okay. So the recommendation is a show that probably everyone's watched anyway.
Okay.
But we've recently discovered it's called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's one of the greatest.
Oh my god!
I
I mean,
think.
we sort of came across it on Netflix, and I just went because I recognised the main character from The Office.
Yes.
Ellie
Ah.
Kemper is the actor. I said, oh, let's just put this on and give it a go. So we put it on. Sweet mother, it was really really good. So we're now into the second series, and I'm loving it. There's a scene that I'll just talk through because it sort of is indicative of the show, which is just stupid but clever at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's when the sort of sidekick to Kimmy, the main character,
Titus
Andromedon.
Who is one of the greatest?
He's a
comedy
great character.
characters
The premise of
all
the
time.
show is that Kimmy's been living in a bunker since she was 15, under the pretense from a reverend that the world has ended.
Yeah.
Her and 3 other women, and the show
The
starts
mole
with
women.
the mole women, and the show starts with them being released by the SWAT team, and it's about her adapting to life in New York after her release. So anyway, they living in New York, and just this one sketch outside of the context of the show is still funny, and I think sort of defines what it's about. So there's a scene where Titus Andromedon is at the cash machine, and or the ATM for our American listeners, and he goes, "Right, okay, time for me to put my my PIN number in. Now it's my grandma's birthday, which is the 1st of February, 1934. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's his PIN, and it's for genuine reasons." And then it turns out he's only got $2 in his account, but he really wants some straws to drink his milkshake with, and they cost $2. So he goes to get his money out. He goes, "It will cost you $3 to get this money out." And he looks at the voucher for straws. He looks at his cash machine screen. He just goes, "Oh, I'll just do it. What the hell?" And then -$1 comes out of the cash machine as a bill. He just goes, "$1?" And that's the whole scene. And just even as a sketch, I just thought that was just a brilliant scene.
It's so good.
And we just, there's some just stupid stuff, and Liz and I, and some really clever stuff, and Liz and I just said, this suits both of our senses of humour, just perfectly. So we're loving it. So I know that a lot of people will have already watched it, but I just thought I would share it on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
very good.
There are moments in that with that, which
and I know that it ends
killed
with an
me,
interactive movie.
Oh,
Does
really?
it?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's an interactive movie on Netflix which ends. There's 4 series.
There are.
And then an interactive movie which is on Netflix now.
Oh, I didn't know about that at all.
There you go.
That's good. I'll check
Which
that out.
I don't know anything about, but we've watched the first series. We're into the second. So yeah,
very
I recommend it if you haven't seen it already.
It's very, very funny. I mean, yeah, it gets to that point where you recommend something and you're just laughing at jokes which people haven't seen, but it is honestly very, very funny.
Yeah, I cannot stress
Tina
enough.
Fey, I think, writes and produces it.
She does.
So
yeah, and she's in it.
She's in it. She looks like one of OJ's lawyers, which was sort of a meta joke, which was quite funny.
Yeah, she's.
Not OJ. She was she looked like one of the prosecution in the OJ trial, not one of OJ's lawyers.
She's also kind of always drunk, isn't she?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, they're just the world's worst lawyers.
Yeah,
they just sort of they're clapping the other guy.
Tina Fey is just a genius.
Yeah,
incredible.
So yeah, if you're looking for something to watch on Netflix and you're at a loose end, I think you'll enjoy it.
Woo. I've got a recommendation.
Okay.
Sorry. I love.
Sorry, we're not got the clock on for these.
Nah. Well, we
because we bash through them.
We power through these.
We
We're
always
professionals.
We're famous for it.
I would like to recommend a album slash band
Album slash.
I love an album
called
slash.
Musical Miracle
Okay.
or Miracle Musical.
Oh, both.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
So I've been a fan of. There's a dude called Rob Cantor.
Oh yeah.
And you might know him because he's the guy who made the Shia LaBeouf song,
yeah.
which went viral and is very, very good. And he is an insanely talented songwriter, performer. He's got an amazing album, which Lucy and I love, which is like oh, God knows it's nobody knows about it. It's not even. I don't mean that in like a hipster way. I just mean he's a guy who made a really good album.
He doesn't get enough attention.
Yeah, and he's not publicly known. And the fact is he's working constantly. He does a lot of children's albums. He's like a working artist. Yeah, he just writes children's songs and stuff. But he made this amazing pop album. And it turns out that 10 years ago, he was in this band called Tally Hall.
Okay.
Which it breaks my heart because you discover a thing and you realise I'm a decade too late.
Yeah.
The moment it was a thing,
Imagine living in it.
I know, and it does make me sad because at this point where the internet was really a much simpler, more innocent place, and when it wasn't just this morass of hate and lies, which it is now. In the days when stuff went viral because it was just kind of genuine and weird and geeky.
Good. Yeah.
But him and these 4 other guys from this band called Tally Hall, and it was just absolutely. I've listened to the 2 albums they made, and I love them. And I'm like, oh damn it, it was before my time. And I discovered that there was another album made by. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Don't let the cat out.
Don't let the cat out.
All right, I won't let the cat out.
Don't let the cat out.
I was going to be nice. I was going to be a good house guest and let the cat out.
Okay, well let the cat out. Then.
All right, I'm gonna
okay,
do it.
fine, right.
Don't let the cat out.
I was trying to do it quietly, and then you drew attention.
My point is, you can't open the patio door quietly.
Yeah, it's true. It made a lot of noise.
quiet. No, that's that. No, you can't.
Just hang on.
Leave it down.
The other thing.
Yeah.
That's
Leave
it.
Yeah.
No, turn that. There we go. Pull that. Yeah.
You've got to turn that key a long way. You're not going out now.
He doesn't want to go out.
He doesn't want to go out now.
Give him the gentlest tap on the arse. Like very. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Goodbye forever.
We'll edit this out in post. No one will hear this.
No one will know. Perfect crime.
It's great.
I don't think we've ever edited anything out in post.
Anyway, so my point is, I've rediscovered this album that this one dude who a couple of guys who were in Tally Hall, they made this album, and it's called Miracle Musical, but that's also kind of like the name of the band. Okay. It's like a project. They just did this one album, and it's great, and I love it. Miracle Musical, and it came out in 2012, and they made an album called Hawaii Part 2. And I'm not going to try and describe it on air, but it is insane. It's weird. It's wonderful. And I love it. Like, I've been listening to it on a loop for the past few days. And it's honestly like, it breaks my heart that I wasn't there when it came out. Because these guys, I listen to it and I think this is not going to be for everyone. And it's not, and I can see why it wasn't like popular, but like
mainstream.
You'll have to put it on at an event, John.
Yeah.
One of our next events.
Yes.
We'll have to
whatever that may be.
Yeah, so I have to play it somehow because it's fantastic. It's
put it on our speaker.
It's so good. It's weird. It's wonderful. And like, you know, it's like when I'm going to get very inside baseball now, but there's a Lou Reed album called Transformer.
Okay.
And the last track on the album is called Satellite of Love.
Right.
And the album is produced by David Bowie.
Oh.
And David Bowie does uncredited backing vocals on the song Satellite of Love. And because it's David Bowie, it's the most like distinctive voice on the planet.
That's definitely David Bowie.
So when he's giving backing vocals, you're like, fuck me, that's David Bowie. And I love it because it's like, it's not in the credits or anything.
It's like a secret Bowie
But
song.
it's obviously David Bowie is there. And it's a bit like that with this album because like you can hear Rob Cantor singing on it, even though he's not credited. And like, I'm like, it's so good and it's weird and it's
like
wonderful.
A little Easter egg for those who know, kind of. Like,
yeah, I think Easter egg is just the utmost definition of it because it's like it's a wonderful album, but God knows it's not going to be for everyone.
Sure.
And like, and it's just such a gem. I'd recommend it. Miracle Musical. It's on Spotify. Go listen to it.
What's rolling through my head at the moment is that I listened to a album at my barber's a few weeks ago. He always does have good music that you would enjoy, John.
Oh yes,
and I'm sure you would as well.
I'm
John,
sure
but John particularly, I always think John would enjoy this brand of music, and I can't think of the name of the band.
God damn it!
I realise this is pointless what I'm saying now, but
it's a wonderful anecdote. You should tell it again.
But I'm going to have to text my barber, and then I'll reveal it on the next episode.
Okay.
So yeah,
you'll probably forget to do that.
Yeah, I probably won't do that.
That's fine.
But yeah, moving along.
Well, you guys both did recommendations, so here's one for you.
Oh,
e-scooter.
Well, just for me.
Both of you.
Oh, okay.
You only did one hand.
Sorry.
Wait, is he
my
involved?
right hand.
You did the right hand towards John rather.
I guess I could involve you.
You could involve me.
Okay, I know.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I'll involve e-scooters.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that.
Because that's what I did.
I said it already.
Well, I think Chris Ray would like those.
Oh, okay. No, I'll just.
Well, I already have. I rented some in Oslo.
All right. Well, we'll ignore John then.
But we don't live in Oslo.
No, but we live in Cheltenham. Oh, damn it!
Oh no, it's cool town.
Are you? Wait, this is a local thing.
Yeah, here's the thing, John.
Scooters now.
Tell me more.
Here's the thing. Cheltenham is a hip and upcoming modern town.
So hip.
Very hip.
We wear hats indoors.
There aren't a lot of middle-aged.
Only if they fit.
There aren't a lot of middle-aged white people here.
No, I've never seen a middle-aged white person in Cheltenham.
Not one.
No.
All young, hip, Gen Z, cool people.
Yeah.
Big drug problem in Cheltenham.
Big old drug
That's
problem.
not even a joke. A lot of drugs. Yeah.
See, I wouldn't know that because I have no involvement in that community.
Well, you're too drunk to notice.
Yeah, I'm usually absolutely hammered.
I mean, I live in Cheltenham. It's supposedly a well-to-do town. Have I seen a man snort coke off the boot of a Porsche that he may or may not own? That's irrelevant. Yeah.
You've lived such a better life than I have, John.
Have you let
Seeing these things happen?
Have you let a man snort ketamine off your GoldenEye cartridge? Maybe you have. I don't know. But this is the town where this happens.
When did that happen?
That actually did happen to me. A good friend of mine snorted some ketamine off a GoldenEye card. Anyway, my GoldenEye card, a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not in Cheltenham actually. Ironically,
It wasn't me.
I can't name names, but I might. No, I won't. No.
No.
Anyway,
The police would
That's
never catch
a
him.
fragrant disregard for someone else's property.
for my gold
someone. I know the person who I'm talking about listens to this. So, a friend of mine's friend.
Yes, I know exactly what you're
Once
talking about.
rolled a load of drugs on top of my Baddiel and Skinner's Fantasy Football 2004 DVD.
Absolute crime.
Yeah, and I was very upset about it. I was like, "That's my DVD. I'm a guest in this flat,
And
you've come over here as another guest, and you've used my DVD for illicit purposes."
Where else are you going to find a flat surface? That's what I
This
want
is
to
the
know.
thing.
I was sitting it on a counter.
I was upset at the time about the ketamine on the GoldenEye cartridge.
Yeah,
But
I
now
would
it
be.
makes for a great anecdote now. So I'm very happy about it now.
And the police would never catch him because he's got the powering speed of a horse.
Indeed.
now,
Yeah. Like horsepower.
Yeah.
He had horsepower.
Literally needs one whole horse tranquilizer at least.
Maybe less.
Yeah, but sometimes less.
Not to hijack your recommendation,
It's big time happening though.
but I work for
Who
an,
thought a conversation about e-scooters would turn into this?
but I work for an unnamed institution that has a lot of young people,
Yes, youths.
and I went.
I reckon knowing now where we're broadcasting from.
Nobody would be able to work
No,
that
I
out.
reckon some people might be able to put that together.
No one's going to be able to crack that.
Yeah.
It's like the Last Crusade, but never going to be able to get across
Cool
that.
Town Code.
Yeah. But I had to go for reasons that made sense at the time. Undercover in a WhatsApp group
Oh, I remember you
with
had
lots
to
of
do this.
youths.
I've
Yeah.
not heard.
No, this happened, and I discovered that the emojis for a balloon and a horse are not as innocent as you would think.
Is that ketamine?
Ketamine.
I reckon I know what.
and laughing gas.
laughing gas. Yeah.
Nox, as the kids call it. Charges. That's what they call them.
Yeah. Woo!
Oh, is that? I didn't even realise that's what was in those.
Yeah.
There's little canisters.
Because when we were at university back in the 80s.
wasn't that long ago.
There was a guy with balloons, and he had a lot of gas in there.
He did.
And he there was a sign. This was in the union.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
He'd been allowed to.
Well, it was
come in.
illegal high then, wasn't it? I don't think it is
Was it?
now.
Well, there we go.
You say when? When are we talking now? When we were at university?
Yeah,
Early
I'm if I'm being honest, and we're talking about sort of 2006,
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
2006, roughly. And he was there with a little table inside the main union on the dance floor, saying, "I have some balloons. Perhaps you'd like to dance with them." But that's what was in them.
Yeah.
But I would
the
have
laughing gas.
I wouldn't have got the subtext there, and
Yeah.
I would have danced with the balloon.
Well, I had to see other people doing it and then bursting out laughing, and I thought, "Oh, those balloons look fun.
These are funny.
Maybe I'll try that." And
And did you?
yeah, I did.
Oh, do
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
So
I-
at the time, and that is, I've genuinely never done any drugs ever, apart
Except for
from
that.
No,
apart from that.
I'm the same as you, and this maybe makes me very boring, but Nox is basically like the most adventurous thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I haven't even done Nox on the basis that I'm asthmatic, and I was scared.
No, but in my mind at the time, but I suppose it was legal. But it wasn't because it was legal and because it was in the union. I was like, "Oh, I'm sure it's fine."
I mean, if it's in the union, you kind of go, this guy must have paid a license.
Yeah. Whereas
Oh,
now,
of course, yeah. You
I mean,
know,
he had a laminate and everything.
Good. I mean, there you go.
You know,
my experience has taught me that
although he did have a
union.
legal disclaimer that said these are for dancing with,
Yeah, dance with my balloons.
Yeah.
.com.
just to absolve himself from anything.
Do you ever wonder if like there's a ton of companies that were selling like these gas canisters, and then suddenly this happened, and they,
boom.
I mean,
and they were like, guys, we can't publicly endorse this, but
But
God.
at the same time, we are so rich. Good God.
Until this exact moment, I did not know that's what was in those little canisters.
yeah,
I
no.
have 3 Maseratis because of this. Like, this is fucking great. But anyway, e-scooters are awesome.
E-scooters,
Yes.
yeah, I do like
Yeah,
e-scooters.
they're really great.
Yeah, Cheltenham's getting connected, isn't it?
It is one of like 3 towns in the UK that has a integrated infrastructure
Yes.
of e-scooters with an app on your phone.
Yeah.
Can you believe this?
Yeah.
So you get the app.
Well, I can because I used it in,
you
in
have,
Norway,
which is why I'm
so,
talking
yeah.
just to you.
Yeah.
Oh, the cat's back.
Oh, the cat's back.
But you
Here
haven't
he
been on an
is.
e-scooter, have
What
you?
an absolute player.
Yeah. So you go. They're all over the town.
You're right,
Yeah.
Squire.
They're just parked up.
Yeah,
you
just
get your
parked
app. You just scan it. Beep boop. It unlocks and it makes this noise like that, and everyone in the immediate area knows you've got an
Everyone
e-scooter
starts
now.
cheering.
Yeah. Way!
It's great stuff.
Hop on, zip off down the road at 20 miles an hour. It's fucking ace.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
And I'm sure, of course, that you brought a helmet from home.
I actually did. Because I'm
well,
a
fuck me.
total nerd. I love how you set me up.
Is
there.
that your canoeing helmet?
It's my canoeing helmet. Not that it looks like a canoeing helmet.
That's my canoeing helmet.
Oh,
Never seen you in a canoe, but in the time we lived together, a canoe was never more than 20 foot away from
No,
you.
it never was. I have a canoe, for the record, everyone. Have a canoe.
Where?
In a garage. Well, it was in a garage when I lived with John, and then it was in the shed. Now it's in the shed.
You don't have a garage anymore, do you?
Don't.
No.
You've got like a side area.
Yeah, that's a corridor.
Okay.
It would get in the way, I think. But
Heaven forbid that a canoe get in the way in
Yeah.
Cheltenham.
yeah, it's a weird choice.
I mean, we are fairly inland.
We have the River Chelt. Okay.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So don't put me too much on blast because we have a river. But anyway, yes,
the worst
I
river
put on
I've
my
seen.
canoeing helmet, hopped on an e-scooter. Whew, what fun! Who'd have thought that going slightly faster than walking speed while standing on a plate with a pair of handlebars would be so much fun? But it is.
Did you ride it on the road or on the pavement?
Well,
That's
you have to ride it on the road.
You would. Well, that's not what I asked.
I rode it on the road as much as I
So
could.
he did ride it.
Here
on
we
the
go. Here we go.
But then
yeah,
we have something called the Honeyborn line in Cheltenham.
we do have.
Which is like a sort of pedestrianised
yeah.
bike laney sort of
That's
thing.
where dreams
Sure
go
is.
to die. Yeah.
And that is where I really like.
That's where it
opened
comes
her
into
up.
its own.
That's
yeah.
where I opened her up.
That's where you
Opened
just
the throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it
She
have
purred.
speed settings or do you just?
It does. It has a little trigger kind of button, which the more you press, the faster you go. And oh boy,
The louder you scream, the faster the ride.
Yeah, in Oslo, it was the same system in Oslo. That's the first time we used it, and we rode them to a bar that was just out of walking distance. So
Nice.
I was like, I really want to go to this bar. But we need to rent some scooters for it. Weirdly, because at the time I didn't drive, but Liz did. I loved it because we were on the road going 20 miles an hour on these little scooters. But Liz was like, I really don't like this.
Ali wasn't a huge fan either.
It's
to be honest.
funny though. I thought Liz would be better than I was because I was a nervous driver initially. So I was just like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'd for a few years I'd seen him in like American cities,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in videos and stuff. It seemed more of a thing over there, but they were marketed very much as like, this is the environmentally friendly
Yeah,
way
this
to
is
get
an eco
around.
thing.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the thing.
Well, you park them at sort of charging points, or you
Yeah.
did when we used them.
And it's what it's like a penny a minute or something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
pay a
remember
little
we
bit
had-
to unlock it, and then you
yeah,
crack on.
we had to download an app, and then you had to sort of press a button to say I've parked, and then press another button to say I've locked it.
Yeah.
But I remember at the time thinking, I'm not sure I've locked this properly. I feel like we're still being charged and we're leaving Oslo tomorrow. So I feel like we could be just charged forever.
Really?
And you're still being charged today.
I could feasibly, I could be. I could still technically own that scooter.
Yeah.
Like 2 years on.
Because I'd really like to ride them. I just haven't found a reason to yet.
You got to make a reason, John.
Yeah.
You got to make your destiny.
The reason's
happen.
not going to come to you.
It's not. There's never a right time to ride an e-scooter, John.
Where did you go to and from?
So there is a parking point just up the road from here. So literally like a 2-minute walk. There's a place where there's a load of them.
Yeah.
Which is where we got on, and then we did a
Be very careful not to name the street.
yeah, because it's a cool town.
People could find us otherwise.
Very circuitous route into town.
Arguably, it took
Went down the whole Honeyborn line, turned around, did the whole Honeyborn line back again because it was fun. Then went into town, then parked up in a place in town near the library, and went and had a coffee.
There you go.
Cost about £6 because we did a very long run.
I mean, that's less than a bus, isn't it? No,
I mean,
it's
it
more
is.
than a bus, actually.
It's much more than
that's a lot more than the
It's
petrol
like
you would have spent.
Triple
then.
a bus, 4 times the petrol, but way more fun, guys.
Yeah, it is fun.
I find it very hard to believe that everybody riding one of those has brought a helmet from home.
Oh, most don't. I've
No.
seen a lot of people on those
Yeah,
scooters.
I can confirm that when I, again, did it in Norway, I did not wear a helmet.
But not everyone has a canoe.
That's just common sense, isn't it? I feel like
I would have taken up space in my suitcase.
Yeah, exactly. I think people aren't going to carry a.
No.
Behavior is going to change. Like these things are going to become more popular.
Yeah.
But
The thing is that they're sort of advertised and promoted like you can hop on and hop off. So you might be in town for some other reason. And then you're like, oh, I could just hop on this and just go over there. You're not going to have a helmet on you,
No.
are you? Let's be honest.
No.
It's safety because they're covering their
Unless
back.
you've just been canoeing.
We knew we were going to spend the day. Exactly.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to do the scooter thing. So we had our helmets and I had my canoeing helmet. But you don't always know that.
What if there's a point in the future where Nick, you are walking along the bank of a river, as you're often wont to do, and you see rising out of the bulrushes like a post that you can scan, and there's a canoe next to it. It's like an e-canoe.
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 Yeah, and you can...
Just keep saying it.
I would have my helmet on me, obviously.
Yeah, of course you have your helmet on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't leave home without it.
What
Slam
is
that
the
on.
benefit of a canoe helmet?
I guess rocks.
Well, I mean, it's just a helmet. It's not
It is.
really-
There is
Yeah.
nothing special
Like-
about
But
it.
all right, let's change the question. What's the benefit of wearing a canoe? Wearing a canoe whilst you helmet. Wearing a helmet whilst you canoe.
I think it is literally rocks.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it is
Yeah, I think it's the same concern, when you're biking or
rocks.
mini scootering. It's for rocks. It's not the fall that kills you. It's
But I know that John has sometimes cycled without a helmet.
How do you know that?
let's
Helmets
expand.
don't fit you though.
Let's expand sometimes to all the time.
You can't get a helmet that fits.
I to be honest, when I started cycling, I wore a helmet and then I sort of gave up.
I know, because there comes a point where you're like, there's safety in one hand, and there's being a really cool dude
Yeah.
in the other.
I'd
and
rather
there's-
people remember me as being cool than like
In depth.
than like live safe.
I'd rather
course,
you know.
I'd rather be a fucking rad corpse than be
Yeah.
a nerd.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah,
who
I mean,
lives-
who's
yeah.
going to look at a corpse wearing a helmet and go, "Oh, he was cool"?
The first, I feel, month in which I started cycling aggressively, wearing a helmet.
Oh,
I started competing with the cars.
A youth did harass me and call me helmet boy.
That's. I mean, that's the worst slam I've ever heard.
Helmet
well, you
boy.
say that. I wasn't.
I
gonna-
would laugh. I would laugh at a kid who called me.
Now,
that.
if we'd recorded the last episode on time, I would have brought this up at the time. So the wound is healed over now.
we'll humour this.
But about a month ago, I was cycling through town
you were.
on my bike in the sun, and an old man walking by.
Uh-oh.
I was going down a quiet road, and I took my hands off the
Oh
handlebars.
no,
John.
Oh no.
And an old man shouted at me and said, "Stupid boy." And I was like, "Boy? I have a mortgage, sir."
But this is twice now. You've been called helmet boy, and then you've been called stupid.
I know. Maybe I should stop wearing.
You're
like,
upsetting
shorts.
both ends of the
Yeah.
age spectrum.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
should stop wearing a t-shirt that says "cowabunga" on it.
yeah. I mean, this man looked at this.
Teacher, I am a man.
I have a mortgage.
I have a mortgage. I have a
I am
small
a man.
business.
I enjoy gardening.
I am struggling with import because of Brexit. I am a man, sir.
I understand taxes and import duties.
I am a stupid man, sir.
This is the thing. If he'd said "stupid man,"
Yeah.
you wouldn't have had a problem, would you?
I would have actually felt a little better about myself
Exactly.
Yeah,
if he
yeah,
called me a
that's
stupid
fair.
man.
The stupid
Yeah.
part wasn't the issue. You've got another hate, I guess.
No, never love,
Sorry.
We've done the hates.
dickhead.
It's
It's been a long time.
too-
Go on,
beers in.
don't just rattle it
Yeah.
out.
So
now. No
my
one cares.
second love is
No one cares.
something that's very profound.
Oh, here we go.
It's my electric
hello.
toothbrush.
You love your electric toothbrush.
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, yeah. I think I love it.
Why?
Because I'm at an age now where people say to me, if you don't start doing this better, it's going to cause permanent damage.
Yeah.
And that's what a dentist said to me.
Oh, okay. Not just
not,
anyone.
that, not that long ago. A dentist said to me, if you don't start cleaning your teeth better than what you are doing, they said it more professionally than this.
Yeah. Like a real.
You were in the chair, they had you by the neck, they were slapping you.
Yeah. You will talk. Then you're going to have some permanent damage.
Didn't a dentist once look in your mouth and describe you as having something like cider mouth?
Yeah,
or
clubber's mouth. they call
Clubber's
it.
mouth.
What the fuck is that?
It's basically they could tell I've been out clubbing a lot. Like this was now at university again. They said you have what we call clubber's mouth, which means I had like beer stains and
A lot of acidic drinks,
yeah,
which are kind
this,
of...
that, and the other,
That seems like a.
like Alco Pop,
Like an
sugar, and all this sort of stuff.
Seems mean.
Anyway, about 6 weeks ago, someone said that to me, like a hygienist at the dentist, and I was like, "Holy shit!
It was a wake-up call.
I need to make a change." So I got an electric toothbrush, and my God, do my teeth feel better?
Wait, you've only just got an electric toothbrush?
Yeah, I've been doing it manually, and I'm not very good at it.
Like a
obviously.
chump?
Yeah.
You've been using
I've been
your
using
own
my
wrist.
Been using my wrist like an idiot.
Nicholas, do you have a...
Actually, I don't at the moment. No. I have had for a long time, and then it broke.
Oh.
And we've been stuck on manual for like a few months.
Yeah.
We do intend to switch back.
Ah.
But it's busted at the moment.
But so we got an electric toothbrush, and it's, my God, my teeth feel stronger. It sounds like a weird thing to say, but they genuinely do.
I can tell.
They feel like really strong.
Looks like you could
now.
bite right through that microphone.
You don't get
I'll
that
give it a go.
weird kind of crunching noise when you chew down on a beef.
I mean, I got to a point
On a
where
beef?
where cold on a beef.
yeah.
Just one beef for me.
When you're having a beef,
just
yeah.
the one beef.
I couldn't. I just need one beef.
Like having cold things, I could feel it on my. You know what I mean? I could feel the
Sensitive.
temperature on my teeth.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, yeah, it's great. I feel good. I feel strong.
You
I
look
feel
great.
powerful. Thank you. You're very
Yeah,
kind.
Yeah, I know.
But so yeah, I'm enjoying that, and I need to go back to the same dentist next week, and hopefully
show
they'll
them.
say to me, "You're cured."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you want to do is you want to walk in and you want to go, fucking sit down.
Yeah.
I'm in control.
I'll say, "Oi, oi."
There's no greater feeling.
They also
than
owe me 30 quid, so
There's no better feeling than having superiority over a dentist.
Absolutely
I've said
there
this
is,
a lot.
yeah.
yeah.
In January 2019, I had a tooth out,
Oh.
and
Which one?
It's right at the back. You can't see it.
What is
Well,
it?
it's gone.
A wisdom or a molar?
It was a wisdom.
Of course I can't
Yeah,
see
right
it.
at the back. Yeah,
It's gone.
I had a tooth out, and then because of lockdown and life, I haven't been to the dentist in quite a while.
Yeah, I hadn't been in 5 years.
Well, that's quite a while. I haven't
Yeah,
been.
They were like,
I'm
what?
about that
Yeah,
at the moment.
they were very upset with me.
I'm,
Yeah.
This is why I haven't gone in, because now I'm afraid they're going to get angry at me.
It's the first time Sorry, I'm interrupting you. But
No, you are. Yeah,
It's the
fine.
first time I'd been there, and they told me, I was like, "Who the fuck are you
Yeah, I'm going to get this.
telling me off?"
I'm
Well-
just going to have to suck it up.
I mean, they were right.
Yeah.
yeah,
but
I mean,
still.
they will be right when they have a go.
Because I brush, I floss, I do the mouthwash, I do it all.
Yeah,
do the mouthwash.
But
yeah, I do
in-
the mouthwash as well. My mum heard this story and bought me 2 bottles of mouthwash.
She was like, drink,
She was like, "Please, please," because I've
weekend.
never had braces or anything. So I think everyone's like, well, my mum certainly is. Please look after your teeth; they're so good.
They are amazing.
But when I saw a dentist the previous time, they were like, "Oh, we're very worried about your gums.
yeah.
This is looking bad." And then when
I don't pay you for gums, I pay you for teeth.
But when I saw him a couple of months ago for a checkup, they were like, he actually said, "My God, like your gums are fantastic. I was worried a year ago, but
What
now
did you do? Did you brush your
And I
gums?
was like, ain't changed a thing,
Got a
baby.
gum-
It's just
he had a gum transplant.
That's it.
Yeah.
it's 100% John, you know.
That's all just like bathroom sealant that you put up in there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's just love, isn't it? Just a little bit of
Just a bit of TLC.
love, you know.
Great.
Getting there deep between the cracks.
But yeah, that's my love. My electric toothbrush, I feel like is gradually doing the job. So I've enjoyed it, and it's much easier than using your wrist.
Excuse me.
So there's that.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
wrist is...
I
sorry.
should have started using one a long time ago, frankly.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
your teeth were shit before.
I mean, like I think I've mentioned it on a previous episode, but I remember seeing a dentist a few years ago, and they were like, "Yeah, our latest advice is do not rinse your mouth after brushing."
I remember you saying this. I can't move, so if you're trying to squeeze past really quietly.
that really quietly, and
then
it's
it's
gone really badly.
No, this is fine. The listen.
That's on wheels, that shelf.
Yeah, I built it.
Yeah, I built it.
You can tell because it's not 90 degrees. Don't, yeah, please, yeah. Don't worry, the listener isn't going to hear this. It's fine.
I don't think you're going to hear all these interruptions.
I remember, but yeah, that dentist was like,
No, I'm good, thanks.
yeah, latest advice is we want you to, brush your teeth, and then. It's fine.
Professionalism isn't a word
I don't think anyone tuned into this show for professionalism.
No,
Come
it's
on.
fine. No, they go elsewhere for that, and they were like, yeah, don't.
It's alright, we'll wait. Okay.
I thought that was very good.
It's fine.
Silent as a ghost.
I've got a quick love.
Go on then.
I love my new hat.
Is that it?
Yeah, Nick, what have you got?
I mean,
your love?
I had a whole thing, but
No, that's it. I got nothing.
I love the fact that we've developed an expansion for our card game Sandwich Masters, and it's on Kickstarter right now.
Promotional material.
Oh!
I'm not involved with this, but I have pledged.
We made a card game called Sandwich Masters. It's a competitive sandwich making card game for all ages, and it's great fun. And
Yes.
we've done an expansion.
You're looking at me like I don't know.
Well, I can't tell John because I developed
Okay,
it with
that's
him.
fine. Pretend like I don't know. What's a sandwich?
What's a card?
what's a card and what's a sandwich?
A sandwich is a meal between breads.
Yeah,
meal
no,
between
fine. I'll
bread.
pretend I know what bread is.
And
That's
British
fine.
people
It's
call...
an experience for your hands.
Yeah,
really,
it's a mouth entertainment device.
Okay,
Sure.
sure.
But yeah, there's a... we
Yes, no, it looks, to be honest, it looks very good. It's called bread rolls.
It's called bread rolls, and the joke is, rolls is spelled R-O-L-E-S.
Yeah.
Oh, like a Rolex.
No.
Oh,
Like role
No.
models.
Well, kind of, yeah. Like a role you would take upon yourself to play.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You know, like
Yeah.
Shakespearean.
like J.K.
I'm just pretending to be
like
an
J.K.
idiot.
Rowling.
Stop it.
Noted,
We're
nasty
not,
person.
We are not
yeah.
connected with J.K. Rowling. Stop that. this will damage the campaign.
Isn't it funny how society has turned on J.K. Rowling?
Well, to be fair, J.K. Rowling turned
She
on
brought it on
society,
herself.
I think.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I mean, like, it's funny, isn't it, when you say and do things that make people hate you.
Isn't it amazing that when you say and do offensive things, that people don't like you as much?
Isn't it amazing when your actions have consequences? Anyway, completely unrelated to J.K. Rowling. Rowling, however you say her name, it doesn't matter.
I don't think it'll be important in the years to come.
No. If you like card games, and if you like fun, and let's be honest.
I don't like fun.
Fun, I think, is an escape from more normal things.
From paying your mortgage.
Well, I still have to do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sorting your recycling. Huh?
Well, let's not talk about that.
Okay, sorry.
That upsets
Let's
John.
not open old wounds.
We are rectifying that.
But the truth is, Big Punch, us, the creators of this incredible podcast,
That's us.
we
Yeah.
make other things as well.
Except me. I
Except
don't.
him. And
I'm
friends.
literally only here for this.
Big
No,
Punch-
I'm more of a contractor.
Big Punch and consultants.
Okay.
You wanna take that?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
accept
but
that?
I'm not involved with the game.
You're not involved with the game, but you're part of Big Punch.
No.
Okay.
So rest assured, listener, he's not involved in the game.
Okay, the game is another Big Punch product.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
Amazing, yeah.
And we've been selling the game for a while. People love the game.
People love the game.
People love the game.
I like the game.
This was a bad idea to end on, I feel.
I think
because
it was, yeah.
I've had 2 beers, and that's enough for
Well,
me.
you're not promoting it that well.
Okay, listen, everyone.
I
Listen
get
close.
it because I know what. What's this cat doing?
We
Well,
created-
I know what the game is, but yes, go to the Kickstarter.
Go to Kickstarter.com.
Go to the Big Punch Twitter. Have you got Twitter?
Oh, it's everywhere, yeah.
Just go to Kickstarter, search Bread Rolls, spelled R-O-L-E-S, and you will discover a great expansion for our card game, Sandwich Masters.
Looks like a lunchbox.
Looks like a lunchbox.
Looks like a lunchbox.
It's a lot of fun. You can play as different characters which have different powers, and you can create sandwiches.
I was there when you got the mock-ups, wasn't I? You were at our house when you got the mock-ups.
We just finished designing them.
So I'm in the loop.
You are in
I'm
the
in the
loop.
inner circle.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
You've been there at every major step.
Have I?
Yeah, let's say.
Well, yeah, you've been around.
Oh, you've told me about it.
Like
so-
furniture, yeah, you've been
Yeah.
kind of there.
Bottom line is,
Old, rusty furniture.
I'm very proud of it with what we've done on it. All 3 of us have done on it, and I do just love making games. And this is another quality product from the Big Punch team.
Yes,
And
I agree.
you know, if you've got some spare money, why
It was,
not?
it was surprisingly affordable because Liz pledged, I didn't, the other day, and I said, "How much?"
What have you done? Was that the joint account?
Yeah, I did say that. And she said it was £15, and I thought, oh, well, that's actually less than I thought.
There you go.
So, yeah.
So yeah, if you like,
so I didn't kick off.
if you like silly card games with colourful characters and sandwiches, then check out Kickstarter, and maybe there'll be something for you there.
Yeah, that was a very organic note on which to end.
Wasn't it?
I felt.
I didn't even notice that was a paid partnership.
It wasn't. I mean, no.
No,
Yes.
it's incredible, yeah.
Let's say that. Yes.
I didn't...
Wouldn't it be great if Big Punch Studios paid for us to do this podcast?
I mean,
Although I did get some beers.
you got some beers.
Yeah.
I got some beers. Yeah.
We shouldn't say that, though.
Yeah, so sit down.
That was
down.
great. I had a great time.
That was a
I
company retreat.
I went for a safe love talking about my hat.
Yes.
Because I was almost convinced that you were going to bring up some of the high quality TikToks that you've been sending my way lately.
I've been sending you a few TikToks. TikTok is great.
Nick's like,
I've sort of missed the boat on TikTok.
And it's not too late.
well,
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure that's a pill I want to swallow. You're like
Dealer?
like, yeah, you're venturing into a strange world and sending letters back.
I'm curating from beyond. Because let's be honest, it's not all killer.
No, I imagine there's a lot of intolerable bullshit.
And I've had to get through the period where TikTok gets to know you and thinks, "Hey, Nick will like this."
I mean, like, it is a massive data harvesting scam. Like,
Sure.
it has ruined your phone, shall we say.
My phone is a burnt out husk.
Pillage, shall we say. Yeah, it is
You know when you go into a dodgy neighborhood and there's a burnt out car?
Yeah.
That's my phone.
That's your phone. That's what TikTok does to your phone.
Yeah.
That's not even a bit. That is literally what it does to your phone, yeah.
Literally. That's something you just have to accept, though.
Yeah.
And the instant you get past the bullshit of, oh, I've got a burnt out phone, boo-hoo, get over it.
Yeah, get over it.
TikTok.
Privacy.
That's what you want.
You want it.
You want it.
Sweet content.
Get
There's a fly in here.
There is some great content.
No, I believe that's the sound of a small gap in our window and the wind like blowing through it.
I think it's the sound of the end of this podcast.
I think it's the sound of the end times coming for us. Gentlemen, you're getting off topic.
Sorry, what?
This has been so professional.
What really matters, now God knows, we've had a lot of practice in the past year.
We've had some.
And our last live episode was 6 months ago. And I don't think you'd notice any dip in quality.
Not slightly.
And we have just squeezed 2 episodes worth of content into one.
So you'd better be thankful.
In just 2 short hours.
I know. So
The one thing we said we wouldn't do.
So I don't want any complaining from anyone. You're getting bang for your buck.
Double bubble.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
So the question is, what won? Love or hate?
I'm going to say love. Because I love to be back here with you guys.
Oh,
That's how it works, right?
that's lame. I'm going to say hate, I think. Probably hate.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've known you longer, but I'm going to say love.
Right.
Yes.
I'm going to say love.
Absolute bollocks.
Look. Okay, we all look mocking my head. All right.
It was great
It
fun.
is, yeah.
It's-
I think I'll
it's a
do it
lot
off
of-
air
It's
as well.
a lot
so-
of fun, yeah.
And it's easy, which I like.
And I'll have my lunch money waiting for you when you leave.
Thanks.
You know, so no need to beat me up. But like,
We still will.
There's some positivity in the love, and I need that positivity.
I need that sweet positivity cash flow.
That's all I got. I got nothing at the moment. I'm running on empty.
We do need it. And
Well-
I think it's here. I think it's in this podcast. This is where you come for positivity and we give it.
So look at this episode. You've gotten 3 desperate men in a room. You've had a cat.
But it's the first episode where we've been back in the same room for a long time, so I think the listener can appreciate that.
Well, indeed, and this
think they can hear it.
And this room is officially 50% safe.
What does that mean?
Well,
'cause
there's
I'm fully
3 of
vaccinated.
us, and he's 2 jabs deep.
Oh, yeah.
You're one jab
one
deep.
jab, yeah, that's true,
I'm
0.
0.
You're 0 safe.
But between us, out of 6,
That's pretty good.
3 out of 6 ain't bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
You know,
I
as
think
Meatloaf,
that's safer than most rooms.
as Meatloaf sang, that's not bad.
Did he?
He sang that song. That's not bad.
Oh.